You can't tell I'm trans. Look at this body.
Slap him. Yeah!
I believe Elon Musk is part of an alien invasion of Earth.
I know.
We're getting married. Super drunk right now.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Flagrant 2. We have a special guest today, a wild boy on the podcast.
Our most flagrant guest.
Probably our most flagrant. I think you take flagrancy to another level. I don't even know if we've been in the wide shot. I don't know if they've seen him just yet. Have they? Is Alex Jones in the building? Alex Jones is in Miami, everybody.
I better live up to this. I love this show. I'm a big fan. I'm a stalker. You're going to get in trouble now even having me on.
That's true. We thought about that. Yeah. What type of trouble will we be in?
No, it's just don't misrepresent little things you say. It's what happens to other comics, other pundits. Big corporations want to control everybody's speech. And I've said a lot of things out of context that I probably shouldn't have said. Now I'm more careful, but they never let you live it down. If they always just bring it back and then they exaggerate,
right?
They add on to it and it becomes this big BS deal. But I love everybody. I love you guys. And I am actually a fan of the show. I've been watching it for a long time, watching your stand-up for a long time, and probably the last year or so, been you're watching this show quite a bit, so I'm a big fan.
Oh, I appreciate you being on. I want to get right into it.
I love that. I want that. But
yeah.
A lot of great art out there in the hallways.
I thought he pointed to me. That scared me, bro.
And I like
I want that one.
You can take Mark.
I like to look at the plants, too. Usually the plants are half dead in places. These are not really doing well.
Those are all dead.
Yeah.
These are fake plants.
Well, that's why they're doing well. Yeah. They've taken the COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
They're doing well.
These plants are crisis actors.
Are you vaccinated?
Hell no.
No, you're not doing it.
Oh, no. Well, it's not a classic vaccine.
Okay.
It's not a dead virus that your body then can learn to beat up like a like in MMA. What's the name of that doll everybody punches?
Ronda Rousey.
Exactly. But this is actually going in and changing your cellular makeup. This is programming the cells themselves.
Okay.
That usually has a name that starts with a C that's not very popular.
What is it? What is it?
Cancer.
Really?
Well, they'll say that's
Let's get wild already.
No. I mean, they'll say, "Oh no, that's not cancer." I'm not saying the vaccine causes cancer.
Yeah.
I'm saying when an outside virus goes in and reprograms your cells, a lot of times it turns into cancer. And so a lot of these new vaccines coming out are where they use a virus to go in and reprogram the cell itself.
Right.
Not your body white blood cell learns how to kill a virus. They send a virus into the cell itself and then program the cell to behave the way they want the virus to behave.
I just want to let you know, we're not going to fact check a single thing you say today.
Well, I know on the Joe
just
Rogan
go
show,
wild, bro.
Last time on Joe Rogan, they
Jamie's
did.
on there. He's fact checking everything. And in this show, we're not going to do that.
Well,
we want you to go crazy.
Here's a fact.
Give me a fact.
Johnson & Johnson fucking vaccine.
Yeah.
That was a fact. They have a vaccine.
That is a fact.
Johnson & Johnson does have a fact.
I fact checked it.
You're starting off hot.
It's called a virus vector vaccine.
Okay.
And so it uses a cold virus to deliver programming information into the cell to take the cell over.
Okay.
To, quote, then teach you how to defeat COVID. And they admit it's totally experimental. They skipped animal trials. And they're going right to babies.
I love that. No, I love that.
He's vaxxed. You know that he got vaxxed.
Baby.
Yeah.
Vax.
You can tell.
And you have free will. And you're allowed to get it.
Absolutely.
But a baby doesn't have free will. It should be able to decide. Or should a baby
we still be cutting off the tips of babies' dicks. We don't give them free will for that.
No, I hear you. And I say that. And
Are
I
you
say that since-
circumcised, Alex?
Yes, I am.
Did you have a say in the
Did you
matter?
have free
They actually
will?
cut my dick off.
Dude, why didn't you say this earlier? You wouldn't be in any trouble at all.
Oh, actually,
You come out as trans,
Alexis
everything is
Jones,
forgiven.
though.
you can't tell I'm trans. Look at this body.
I mean, a little bit
I'm
of
actually
it.
taking hormones right now. No,
Alexis Jones, baby.
Let's
Let's
consider
go.
Alexis Jones, baby. I'm gonna have a porn career, everything. No, seriously. What vaccine did you take?
Moderna.
Oh yes, it's the Moderna's an mRNA vaccine.
Yep. See, I know that.
No,
Indian?
and you know what that does?
What?
No.
It goes in and
that
programs the
Indian.
cell to change your DNA.
It's going to change
Well,
your DNA, bro. You're
I can
gonna
use
be,
it.
And
My
they're gonna say
DNA
it doesn't
sucks.
technically do it.
You know what
You
he's
know
going to
what
be?
you're going to be, dude? Pakistan. You're changing it up. Dude. That's what they're doing. They're making you Indian to
Let me tell you something
Pakistan.
right now, Alex.
Well,
Look
you know,
at my DNA.
you know
Does that-
Pakistan used to be India.
Oh, I know. I know. Them
He knows
motherfuckers.
too
I
well.
know.
So like, hey, is Kashmir fighting for freedom?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever they want, dog.
He knows how to win you over.
You're a big fan of Modi?
Nah, not truly.
Well, at least he doesn't want the country to be taken over.
yeah,
Like,
sure.
I'm not Islamophobic. I just want to be taken over by it. You know? and like India used
I
to
think
be.
you just won over Dove, too. Changing minds and changing hearts. Keep going, Alex.
Oh my God.
No. But listen, you guys are good. Can I hold one of the machetes?
I'm so scared right now.
Yeah, he's gonna chop Akash's dick off too.
Everybody's getting sick.
This happens
No,
so
I agree.
fast.
At 6 months, children can decide their sex, and I'm ready to volunteer. Hey, let's get the weed out.
Who's got weed? You want a brownie?
Whoa.
Oh, I can't handle that.
No, I want shrooms, brownies. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna do this for like a Mike Tyson interview. It'll be like,
I want to see you on shrooms. What kind of theories start coming out?
I'm gonna start drinking.
Me too.
well, how long
I gotta cope somehow.
are shrooms legal in Miami? No.
I have no clue. I don't fuck with shrooms.
Yes.
Don't think shrooms has negative side effects?
I think if it's taken wrong, it could. I might have eaten a few of those.
Okay, and you had a bad trip?
No, I liked it.
Okay, go.
The key is you got to mix shrooms with acid.
That's what I did wrong.
That's probably what. No, I mean it's candy flipping. You got to get the full-on pink elephant effect, like where you're like not just seeing some walls breathing, but like we're talking everything's like in full psychedelic color.
Yeah.
Like that gold machine gun would look like a rattlesnake.
Really?
Yeah. You want to take. I'm not saying this, kids. This is all made up. Like Hunter S. Thompson, no, this is real. The thing to do is take like 7 hits of acid if it's clean and good.
Yeah.
Which say about 2 or 3 grams of mushrooms and then a half bottle of Jack Daniels.
Right.
And that'll get you there.
Okay. But I had a horrible trip, is what I'm saying.
But
on
then
the
you come
mushroom.
down with 5 hits of ecstasy after it. That's why you had a problem.
You're right. I was at
5 hits of ecstasy?
Yeah.
That seems wild.
No, I'm not saying it's made up.
Oh, you're right.
It's performance
Yes,
art.
his performance art. You would
I've
never
never.
do this
Let me
at
say,
all.
I just act cool.
Yeah.
Like, this is I'm not actually drinking it.
Go.
I mean, you know, the Norbills just drink this much whiskey.
Yeah.
America, bitch, fuck yeah!
The Irish whiskey.
USA. USA.
But like you said, it's like Hollywood. It's a little bit of food coloring.
And
You guys aren't
water.
actually drinking it here.
Exactly. This is
Show
all
'em.
fake.
Show 'em,
This
it's
is
fake.
Hey, dude, let's go.
Knocked half that bottle back.
Hey.
Thank you.
Nice.
Super fake.
Hey, Mark, that's all you, buddy.
Yeah. I need,
Take it down, Mark. Take it down. Let's go. Alex, get in on it.
I need a couple hits of ecstasy after this.
You definitely do. Now, you did all those drugs. Wait, did you have some? It was good?
Hypothetically.
I was in experimental MK Ultra programs. When I was a little baby, I was taking all this stuff.
You were taking it as a little bit baby.
Which is good, though. Now we're going to give the babies experimental vaccines. So I just got in
And
on
it
early.
evens out completely.
Well, I got the brain boost. They're going to get the brain damage.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when you went to, you said you went to like camp as a kid at Bohemian Grove or something like that. You went to
I did
Bohemian
sneak
Grove
into Bohemian
camp,
Grove. That's a true story.
Right. But it was
hear
a
that story?
camp or what was it?
You want the whole story of Bohemian Grove? It's really interesting.
Yeah, go.
Mark Twain, who I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah.
Me too.
Great guy.
shouts to
What's
Sam
his real
Clemens.
name?
I used to know that. I don't
How
know.
do you not? I know you know it, but let's see if he goes.
I know the real story of how he was in that real Deadwood town, and he was actually like a telegraph operator or something. He did a whole bunch
Samuel
of. I forget.
Clemens.
That's right. Sam.
Langhorne Clemens.
Point Andrew.
But,
Point Andrew?
he
I'm
wrote.
pretty sure.
He wrote
I might be saying
news
it.
articles in the mining towns. I knew that.
Really?
Yeah, but yes, Samuel Clemens. You're right, but I
Samuel
forgot
Clemens.
that part.
So you are a big fan of Mark Twain.
Well, I've read a lot of his books, but I didn't remember his true name like you.
Well, still, you're a fan. You're a big enough fan because. So you would also say you were a fan of Black Lives Matter because he thought Black Lives
I
Matter.
actually do care about everybody's life. Yeah.
That is what I'm talking about.
That's a smooth operator.
This guy's a
You see
smooth
how he got them
operator,
both?
dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I love everybody.
So Bohemian Grove, what happened?
Well, Mark Twain founded it,
That's right. He founded it.
so that's why I was getting to Mark Twain.
Okay. Was he trying to find some Huck Finns or what's going on?
He wanted to bang as many women as possible.
Okay, that's what's up.
And like we think we invented drugs, they had drugs then.
Oh, yeah.
So what was happening is he made his way across the West and then got famous later and then moved back to where they kind of had an artist colony. They had about 5,000 acres then. Now it's about 2,700 acres. Big, giant, beautiful redwoods are right on the Russian River there in Sonoma County, California. So it became an artist colony, and he would spend usually a lot of his summers till he got older there. It got really popular, and mainly there wasn't a lot of homoerotic stuff. It was heterosexual stuff, but they would ship hookers in from San Francisco.
And shipped them in.
They'd ship them in by train because finally the Northern Railroad or whatever got there.
Ugliest women on the planet.
Wait,
Well, who knows?
Ugliest
What a
women on the
terrible
planet,
place to
San
ship
Francisco.
women in from.
Unbelievable. You could ship them from LA, you could ship them anywhere else,
Yeah.
but the ugliest women on the planet, hands down, San Francisco.
Maybe that's why they started fucking kids, because they were like, the women are so ugly.
Listen, all I know is they ship the hookers in from San Francisco.
Okay, fine. Okay,
So,
yeah.
so then it's this big party
Yeah.
thing. You know, they did plays, they did risque stuff, they did illegal stuff, and it was basically a giant party camp
Okay.
for dudes that made a bunch of money in gold mining and stuff. So it was basically
Right.
just a place to get totally insane. And then by 1900, U.S. presidents started going, and then others started going. By the time I snuck into it in July of 2000, I was paid to sneak in by British Broadcasting Group, not BBC, but it was World of Wonder and Channel 4, because they didn't want the liability. They had the passcodes. They actually could help get me in through the Secret Service. That's how I was able to get in, but I had to sign a non-disclosure. Later, they lifted the non-disclosure. You know, John Ronson, he made like Mini Stirred Goats and, you know, all those different movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So they had liability. So they had me sign an agreement to sneak in for them with a hidden camera and get footage. And I'm like, yeah, right. Because this is me like, 21 years ago. I wasn't into the whole Satanism thing or pedophile thing. I thought it was BS. I was more like a mainline libertarian, kind of like a mainline Republican pro-gun guy. But but I already snuck on some military bases and stuff and got some hidden footage. They said, will you go in? I said, absolutely. Pay my plane ticket, pay me money, do whatever, I'll do it. I sneak in. I get questioned by the Secret Service in these big redwoods. And I go, okay, that's it. I'm going to hide. There's footage of all this. I'm going to hide just under a deck till it gets dark. Because they claim by this little lake, there's this big stone owl. They're going to do this ritual. So it gets dark. I go down. And all of a sudden, I'm in these giant redwoods. And there's over 1,000 people on these big open tables eating dinner. And they're singing weird German songs. I don't speak German, but I know it's German. All of a sudden, I'm walking down.
How do you know it's German? If you don't speak.
A lot of words, so it's hard to catch.
It sounds like a Karina Burana song. Like, it sounds like the Seven Dwarves are singing. And so
I fact checked it. It does sound like the Seven Dwarfs. That is true.
I actually got video of this.
I know.
I'm above these trees, like, and it's like, okay. And then it's all mainly white people, except I then see Danny Glover.
No.
I swear to God.
Motherfucking Abe, I bet Mel Gibson got him into that bitch.
Yeah. No. And then I'm looking, I'm going, and later in the night, I'm walking by, but I've got the hidden footage already got. I'm skipping ahead. Yeah. I'm walking, I go, well, I'm not going to stop. I got the footage. Nobody, CBS, NBC, they all tried to get in and get out with it. I got the info out because I guess some insiders wanted it out. I'll just be honest. I wasn't on the setup then.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, that's Clint Eastwood. You know, it's like, oh, that's Clint Eastwood. Like, brushing past him, like, boom.
That.
But I didn't stop and like fanboy on him because I would definitely fanboy on Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
So
he's a piece, dude.
Yeah.
Objectively speaking, I mean, he was a handsome guy.
Well, I'm not gay, but I'd have sex with Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson too.
You know what's funny?
That's what I want is Mel Gibson and Clint Eastwood.
You get hairy and
I
dirty.
asked about Clint Eastwood, and you just suggested Mel Gibson.
Oh, he said Mel Gibson. I'm going to have sex with Mel Gibson.
I was like, Clint Eastwood's hot. You're like, I would have sex with Mel Gibson immediately.
Exactly.
No one brought up Mel Gibson. He was just thinking about it.
Anyway, so I'm in there. But here's the reason I raised this. Here's the reason I raised this.
You
They're
probably
telling me
followed
it's
Danny
this-
Glover to find Mel Gibson.
Actually, Danny Glover fucked me that night. No, I'm joking. So let's stop. Let's get serious.
Yeah, let's get serious.
Yo,
Come on, man.
Actually, I was
seriously.
raped by Clint Eastwood that night. No. That's a joke. YouTube.
you went over the left media as we speak, bruh. You fucked dudes and got raped. You got the left
And I got
back.
my balls chopped off.
Yeah.
He's a radical leftist, this guy.
No, seriously, I'm a radical leftist. So
Oh my God.
Okay, keep
I'm a
going.
woman. No, but seriously.
Yeah.
So most of Bohemian Grove
Yeah.
is just a party place started by.
Yeah.
Most of Bohemian Grove
Yeah.
is a party place started by Mel Gibson.
How dark is Danny Glover's dick?
Like this. I was like, Danny, it's so big. And he said, so. You like that? So it's a lot bigger than this.
That's what he said to Danny.
I think it's the other way around, to be honest. I think.
So it's serious. History of Bohemian Grove. We're partway there. It's started by Mark Twain and a group of people. When Mark Twain shows up, it's like 20 people.
Yeah.
By the time Mark Twain gets involved, by like 1890, it's thousands of people. It's an insane party.
Okay.
Prostitutes being brought in by train. It's like debauchery, orgies, everything.
Fire.
And a little bit of Satan worship. You know, you want to be a little blasphemous.
That's all right.
So everything else is going on. Oh yeah, the thing that documents and books come out about it. Like there's weird photos from like, you know, in black and white of like, you name it, it's going on.
Yeah.
We think we invented stuff today? No, sorry, Hollywood, you didn't invent shit. But by the time I get there in 2000, it's weird Republicans that are really repressed. So now it's not women. It's very homoerotic. That's why I made the joke. I didn't see Clint Eastwood do anything. I didn't see Danny Glover do anything. I didn't see Mel Gibson there. But it was very homoerotic because, believe it or not, I weigh 270 pounds now. I weigh like 180. I look really good back then. So the problem was the reason I had to hide was the dudes kept slapping me on the ass and whistling at me. No, I swear to God.
They wanted cheeks.
Yeah. So the Secret Service comes up and then later the Sheriff's Department, what's your passcode? What are you doing? I go, I'm with the Lost Boys because I had the code word to this particular camp. They go, oh, you're from Texas with the Bushes. All right, that's okay. And also, they go, well, what's the other code word? I go, hillbillies. Because I was told by insiders how to get in. And I'm not sure why they still did it, why I was given it. People said, hey, Jones was let in. Later, I figured out I was.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I was let in. John Ronson's like, don't ever tell anybody
You were
I
a
did
piece,
this.
Doug.
Huh?
Because you were a piece. Because you
Yeah.
were fine as fuck.
They wanted
Well,
maybe
about 7 years later, John Ronson goes on C-SPAN and like CNN and like coast to coast to him and goes, I actually snuck in with Alex Jones and he never told anybody. I signed a non-disclosure. I wasn't supposed to say it. So I sneak in with this British broadcasting guy. And they had all the
credit.
He's the one that actually had all the codes and everything.
Yeah.
It would turn out there was a lawyer in the Bohemian Grove, and I guess the higher level groups, it's all hierarchical. There's this thing called the chalet at the top where Kissinger and Nixon and Reagan and the Bushes stay. And they're like, the chalet has decided you're going to get in. I later learned. And so this was like, they like, go get Jones, have him sneak in, give him all the credit. So it's weird, like these dudes actually picked me, brought me in to launch. I was already big on the internet. I already was successful on over 100 radio stations by 2000. But I was like underground. And these dudes like decided to let me sneak in, do the whole 9 yards. And like once the Secret Service would talk to me, they'd get on their radio and go, okay, you can go. They caught me. They
knew.
They were told. So here's the mystery. Why did they let me in?
They were grooming you. They wanted you to be
Yeah.
part of their thing.
Yep.
Maybe,
Oh, what is it?
Hit it.
maybe you are a part of their thing.
Oh.
What is the term? Disinformation specialist. Yes. Maybe they brought you in a Bohemian
maybe
Grove.
I don't
They
know that.
flipped you.
But maybe I don't know.
Maybe you don't.
You've been brainwashed.
Oh.
Maybe you got MK Ultra.
Oh,
I think I probably did.
Yeah.
But no, but
You definitely got
being
that
serious,
Danny
I was
Glover on.
They're trying to see his
Exactly.
Area
Well, no,
51.
Danny Glover,
bro.
man.
That's what it was.
The point is that I'm being honest about this. I only learned later that it was all basically I was let in.
Do you? No, this is a serious
I had
question.
to stop and talk to the guy that's in the Western movies, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
I'd have taught me like it's Clint Eastwood. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's Clint Eastwood. I gotta get out of here with the footage.
Yeah.
Because imagine, I didn't believe it. All of a sudden, I
Do you worry that they're trying to play you sometimes? Do you worry that like you come across information and they're using you in your platform?
well, that's what I'm being honest about. They've done that to me.
They have, right? So how do you decipher?
These dudes are sophisticated.
Yo, the people who run the world, they kind of got it. They're pretty good. They're pretty smart, the guys who run the world. So they're sending you information. Give us an example of something they sent you.
Well, it's happened a lot, but I mean, I'm just finishing with Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
So I come down out of the hills. I've hit under this deal of mosquitoes biting me and everything. The British guy goes, I'm not doing this. He runs off. So we split up at that point.
Of course.
But I've got the hidden camera, and I'm under this thing being bit by mosquitoes, and I'm sitting there, and so it gets dark. I go out of the hills. I'm over the redwoods, and they're all like orcs down there eating, and then they all go towards this pool. So I follow them. I hadn't been to the pool yet. I hadn't seen it. So there's this big pond with this big 40-foot stone idol of an owl, and they bring in the effigy of a child. They say we're sacrificing it to get rid of our bad karma. And I'm thinking, this is a joke. So I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. And the guy goes, shut up. It's a very important ritual. And these old men are going, for like an hour. And I'm like, this is kind of boring. But it was very Faustian. It was a ritual. They took it very serious. That's why once I had the hidden camera footage, you guys are welcome to use it all, whatever you want on the show. I just got out of there as quickly as possible. So that's the rest of the story is. It started with Mark Twain just wanting to like drink a lot of liquor and bang hookers and turned into, because it's repressed Republicans, very homoerotic, well known that they like the private jets land at the private airfield and ain't women. It's like almost all men and it's just a bunch of dudes banging each other. Nothing against that. I'm not against gay people, but just that's not my cup of tea.
Wow.
And why do you think this happens with the Republicans? You think it's sexual repression?
I do. I think it's sexual repression. That's the naughty thing to do. Because imagine, they're in this beautiful place since Mark Twain banging hot hookers all day and drinking liquor and doing whatever. And pretty soon it's like, let's do the bad thing. Let's screw a dude. And then it pretty much becomes that later. I mean, in town, there were a bunch of hookers in town too, because there's a couple little towns right by it, and
Yeah.
it's crawling with like 5-star hookers.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, look at that woman, look at that woman. They're like the jets are landing, but that's all done in town at the golf course.
Right.
But it's all male. It's only male inside,
So this is one of the things that
which was
puts you-
changed like in the 30s.
It changed in the 30s, meaning what? The now women.
Well,
are
before it was like they were bringing women in.
Now it's all of a sudden just like
it's
kind of
all
like
men,
a weird homoerotic thing. Okay, so what happens with you? You expose this, and then it kind of puts you on a map in a different way. Like you were already famous at this point in time, but now it's like you're famous for exposing things that people didn't know existed.
Yeah.
Yes, and more or less. Is that fair? to say?
Absolutely. And I would take credit for doing this all myself. I'm being honest because this is all people's own shared experience. I literally got set up probably by Bohemian Grove to go do this. So the question is, why did they say
That's my question. Why? Why do you think?
Well, they death threatened me and messed with me really hard after it too. There's like different factions. I think somebody inside the cult was pissed. And I who knows? I don't know. But we had like, here's an example. I have the footage. We get back, these British film crews cannot believe I have the tape. They watch it on cameras. They transfer it to a deck.
Yep.
And then they call me up like a week later going, that footage was erased. I go, your people did it. They checked it in front of me. So they grabbed it in the mail and deleted it. And then I mailed it to like their offices in LA and it got deleted again. They erased it.
Yeah.
They have a machine that does it.
Yeah.
Like a demagnetizer. Back then it was magnetized tape. Then they flew a crew to Austin and in front of me at a studio, copied it again and left and finally got it. So it was, let me tell you, it was very James Bondy that they did not want that footage out, but we were given all the codes because like the Secret Service, like, what is the code word? Lost Boys. What's the second code word? Hillbillies. All right, let him go. It was literally like that.
Okay, is this your first experience with, I don't know how exactly to put it, like society beyond society? Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, well, all these rich people have, these were mainly billionaires. Like you'd be, I was like hiding under this deck and guys walking by going, Reagan did well with us transferring the reactors to the base and they don't know about the submarine fleet we have. And I mean, then they walk by, like another group walks by and it's like, oh, we're controlling the arts now. We're going to launch that. You hear like a,
I guess
it was like weird, like.
that's my curiosity. Like, so what happens once you get a little taste of this? You're like, I need to expose this other world out there. Like, what does it happen with you? Where you go, I need to find out about this pedophile ring. Like, a lot of people give you credit for, I don't know if it's exposing Epstein, but you were talking about it maybe decades ago, right? Decade ago, 10 years?
It was in the news 15 years ago. I covered it then, yeah.
But
again,
so
I'm not
you're-
taking credit.
Again, I'm not giving you all the
It
credit.
was in the Miami news 15 years ago.
Right, with the legal case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it was in the, yeah. Again, I would take credit for that. Yeah, here's the deal. Only a part of it's the pedophile thing, but here's the deal. It gets to a point where like rich guys, their wives go, oh, my husband cheated on me. I'm cheating on him. I don't care. So like 50 years ago it was, hey, we know you're cheating on your wife. You can blackmail somebody.
And now cheating on the wife doesn't matter as much?
It doesn't
Do they
matter.
have to go a little bit
because your
further?
wife's like, yeah. And so it becomes a deal where most of these people, it's come out in court, like these rich bankers and stuff, they're like, I don't want to screw a 10-year-old girl. But they tell you, hey, we're videotaping it. Go in the room and screw her if you want to be in the club. It's a rite of passage. Like you know how gangs will say, go rob a liquor store and kill somebody. And you're like, well, that sounds mean. Well, then you ain't the gang. They want dirt on you.
So that they can control you in case you get powerful.
Exactly. So it's an initiation.
So let's say you go and become president one day. They know that they got some shit on you, so you can do their dirty work.
Exactly.
Strategically, it's smart. It's fucked up.
But that's exactly what's going on. And so that pedophilia is one of their main deals because that is so unacceptable and it should be. It's bad. But that's the main thing. Because, I mean, dude, most of these guys, I've talked to people that were involved, came out FBI reports, like a lot of these guys are like crying. And they're like, have sex with an 8-year-old girl or boy. They're like,
What?
And they'll show them, they go, listen, you laundered $500 million for us. We're going to kill you if you don't do it. And they make their wives go. And these people are crying in a bedroom and they've got to like have sex with a kid.
Who's they?
It's beyond the CIA. It's this corporate mafia. Like people think of the Italians. Like the Italians got big for their britches with unions and stuff in the 50s. Remember, J. Edgar Hoover, because he was photographed dressed as a woman and all that, he would testify to Congress, there is no La Cosa Nostra. So now we think as a Hollywood, only Italians run gangs. Every group runs gangs.
Yeah.
And the globalist gang is so big and so corporate, they're called scientists. It's scientists. And so they study how humans operate. They study psychology. They're medical doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists. That's the real group at the top that runs the whole show.
So Indians run the world.
Who is a
That's what you're
globalist?
saying. doctors, scientists. That's us. We're doing it.
Well, definitely Indians have figured it out. They're definitely, let's just say China's really pissed.
Take the vaccine, guys. You know what I mean? I'm out here saying it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey,
You know, there's a major, India banned the Pfizer mRNA vaccine.
because we made our own, bro. That's what we do.
No, but it wasn't, the
We got
special
our money,
one.
bro.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
what we
That's
do.
what I know.
Let me tell you something. You look at my genes, tell me they couldn't be changed. I would love to change my DNA. This shit is the most trash DNA. Indians should all take the vaccine, quite frankly. We got the worst genes. Indians and Chinese.
Listen, you're actually a smart, good-looking guy, man.
Yeah.
You got,
Hey,
you got nice, sparkly green eyes.
Stop flirting with me,
Watch out
Alex.
now.
I'm not, but no,
Watch out.
stop saying you fucking suck.
Hey, okay. Okay.
What the
You got
fuck?
me. You got
Alex
me.
Jones,
You
life
think
coach.
Bill Gates fucking wants to help your ass?
Yeah.
Bill
Think
Gates
he's got
needs to
some-
change his DNA too. His shit is trash.
Yeah.
Get
I
better
agree. That
vision.
motherfucker's trash. But let me get back to what I'm saying. Listen, India.
Did Bill Gates ever do anything good? Like, have you ever been on Microsoft and you'd be like, "This is
You really
good
want the Bill
word
Gates?
processing"?
You want the DL on that?
Oh, break out the Campari.
Let's go back to India since he keeps
Okay.
bringing this up.
Yeah.
I just saw guys. I've been watching this show probably 100 times.
Yeah.
And I heard the jokes and stuff. I didn't even look. That's an Indian. That's a whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I look at humans.
You don't
okay?
see color, bro.
I actually, like Martin Luther King said, I go to a restaurant because listen. I go to a restaurant
And they don't let me in.
Let me explain. I go to a restaurant because the food's good.
And that's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
I listen to music because it sounds good. I'm not liking who the fuck sang this song? Are they
Yeah,
brown? Are they
yeah,
white?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I go off what sounds good, what tastes good, what is good.
Are you
I'll be
saying-
out at the pool. Black chick walks by, she's hot, she's hot. Other black chick isn't hot. White chick walks by, she's not hot. Another white chick walks by, boom, she's bamming. It ain't about color, it's about spirit, man.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Have you taken down some
is-
chocolate bombs?
I've had a few chocolate bombs. I was bad. I was bad in Dallas.
What happened?
I would go down to because they were well-to-do black folks in my neighborhood, but they were just all stayed like all the white people. But I would go down basketball courts in Dallas.
Yeah.
And when I was like 12, 13, I was banging some of that black pussy because it's all pink in the middle. There you go.
12 or 13?
Yeah.
How good are you at basketball? Yeah.
I wasn't too good at basketball. I had blonde hair. Then they're like, "That's a fed." Then my friend's like, "No, he plays football with us." Like, this guy's like 16. No, he's like 12. No, I'm just saying it's that cool. That's actually true. I did. Now, where else could you go when you're 12 and get a badass blowjob?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be mean. That's
Nobody
wrong.
knows.
I think you got to talk to Epstein
No, I'm
about
not
that.
lying. It's
Got to go to Bohemian Grove, probably.
That's a true story.
That's where it started.
Hot
Okay.
ass black girls, man.
You like them black chicks, huh?
I like it all, man. That's what I just told you.
Yeah.
No, you can have an Asian chick that's ugly and an Asian chick that's hot. Black
Yeah.
chick that's ugly, black chick that's hot. White chick that's ugly, white chick that's hot. I mean, it's a Mexican chick that's super hot, one that's not hot. Hot's hot.
What about Indian?
They're married. Yeah, good stuff. I never banged an Indian. But you just bend over right here. I'll fuck you right there.
Hey, you keep telling me how cute I am.
That's a
This shit might go
fucking
down.
I ain't into dudes, I'll be honest with you. But you do have pretty eyes.
Hey, thanks, dog. Hey, thanks, dog. You too, real talk.
Okay, go back to Bill Gates changing his people. You don't like Bill
He
Gates.
doesn't like people. No.
He doesn't like people because he's trying to save them all.
Well, okay, let's say, who the fuck woke up and this guy's God? He's on TV. You're going to do this. You'll open up when I say. You'll wear a mask as long as I say it. I say, I don't care if it's fucking Jesus Christ sitting down telling me that. Fuck you.
I mean, if Jesus said it, you'd probably.
I don't know. It'd be the Antichrist. It wouldn't be the Jesus.
Say again?
Oh.
Don't
Wait.
fuck with the Jesus.
Exactly. But if Jesus came back and he was like, I think we should all wear masks, how would you feel?
I said, that's the devil. No. We're having fun here today, but let me get dead serious with you. What?
Yep.
Now the Jew is in.
I want
She
one.
did this shit like, yo. Hey, hold on now.
We've been saying that for years.
Where did you?
Why do you think we killed him?
Yeah.
I want one of these outfits right here.
Cross to save his soul.
Oh my God. Okay. So Bill Gates, give us the deal on Bill Gates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus wear a mask?
No, listen. This will get you. This is the truth.
Yeah. Dude, can
Bill
we
Gates
get
did a
to-
TED talk and said we need to reduce humans down to zero.
Who the fuck is Ted?
That's a
I've
good
had enough
conspiracy.
of this guy.
That's
Who
a
is
good
Ted?
conspiracy.
Have you looked into that?
That's weird.
Talk to me.
Well, it's just a weird. It's a weird. Here's the deal. You want to start at the beginning like Mark Twain? Well, no. It's always good to start at the beginning
He
of a
was
story.
just out in the redwoods. He wanted to fuck a bunch of girls, and all of a sudden they're getting little kids.
So
with
let's begin at the
towels burning.
beginning.
Yeah.
The British Empire is overextended in 1850.
I agree.
And they don't know. No, this
Okay, go on.
is real.
We believe.
They're
It's
over
real.
Is real.
It's real. Oh, I see what you did there. This is good.
By the way, I heard you're bringing a gay frog here.
We were trying to bring the gay
Yeah.
frog, and they
Yeah.
said to come Wednesday. But what do you call French people? What's a derogatory term?
A frog.
Frogs.
A frog. Now, the frogs in Florida are.
Gay.
Now, Mark is French,
Wait, hold on.
and Mark is from Florida.
Hang on one second.
Is that why he's gay?
Is he a gay frog?
I mean, look at his outfit. Doesn't he
What?
look gay?
Well, let me check.
What's gay about me?
I don't know.
How could you tell if I was gay?
Just by the way that you look, it looks a little gay. Do you
he
think
gay?
he's gay? He's gay.
What do you mean? I'm married to a woman, a female woman, a human.
You could still be married to a woman and be gay, right?
Nah.
Is she a beard?
I mean, I watch straight porn. That's not gay.
If you focus on the guy.
Dang it. I don't
Alex, what do you think? Do you think that's a real live gay right there?
I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
The gaydar's a little, you don't know. That's my boyfriend right here.
Yeah, let's piss off both our parents.
Alex likes them straight. Huh? You don't want that gay shit. It's too easy, dude.
What do you mean?
Oh, my little green-eyed beauty right here.
Thanks, dog. Thanks.
What's wrong with me?
No, Mark's not gay as far as we know. But he is from Florida and he's a frog.
Yeah, that's true.
And you exposed that those frogs, they're actually not gay. I looked into this. They're changing
Trans.
gender. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Which
I
is
mean-
even more interesting. Trans frogs
Yeah.
naturally occurring
Well, the chemicals.
with chemicals. Oh, that's right, because there's estrogen.
Let me
in
give
the
you an
water.
example.
Yeah,
I got a small lake, or my dad does, on the ranch we got.
yeah.
And so he went and bought these carp from Asia that eat the hydrilla.
Yeah.
But they put a chemical, just a few drops when they're eggs,
Yeah.
that make them all sterile. So a few drops of basically it's atrazine make all these fish sterile. So that you don't get too many of them. They're an invasive species. You just put them in your little pond or lake, and then they eat up all the hydrilla. Well, it's the same thing. These chemicals are so powerful that when that happened like 10 years ago, it's one of the most viral things ever. Probably 1 billion views. I mean, literally 100 million here, 10 million here, 50 million there. I mean, just everywhere. Alex Jones gay frogs. I was reading a Berkeley study. It was a Berkeley study, and it was just saying that almost all the frogs, quote, didn't want to breed, were sterile, but they would also go hump on the male.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, they're gay frogs. Technically, they're not gay. Like you said, they're trans.
Right.
But that's a big issue. Is he's kept, like 2 weeks ago, the New York Times said,
Right.
what is wrong with sperm? Or what's happening with sperm? And it said that a lot of sperm counts are down 90%.
90%.
We won't be able to have children. Yeah, on average 50%, but it's 90% in many areas. We won't be able to have children soon.
Oh, shit. I think I know where you're going.
And it said chemicals in the water.
I thought it was Bill Gates trying to reduce the population to zero.
Well, let me, you want to get into Bill Gates?
That's a fun one. You want to take that from me? You can have it.
Are you going to talk to us about the fluoride thing?
I want to do it.
Because before you go into it, actually go into it.
Well, while we're at it,
I think we need another drink.
we're drinking fake alcohol.
What?
Everything this is not alcohol.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's just like corn.
It's just
like,
cornstarch and water and food coloring.
That's not real
Just
alcohol.
like he didn't do real drugs.
Got
Yeah.
you. Everything here is
Yeah.
an illusion.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
I'm
All
with you.
performance art.
100%. Okay, now let's go into the performance art about the fluoride. Okay? Talk that shit, bro.
Okay.
Fluoride's in the water.
Let's finish with Gates.
Okay.
No. You asked about Gates.
I thought you said finish with gays. Okay, that's okay. No,
Well,
finish
we're
with gays.
done.
Got you.
That was a joke. I'm not actually. Nothing against gays, but I like the booty. I like the girl.
You like the booty?
Wait, hang on a second.
Nothing against gays. I like sucking cocks. That's just what it is.
Girls got the
Nothing I can
booty.
do.
Guys ain't got booty.
Guys got booty?
You seen Andrew?
I got a thing on me.
Yeah.
Yo, he got that donkey.
I got a thing on me.
Tumped.
Cake, bro.
Yeah, we call it birthday cake with an F.
Well, you're a handsome guy, but I'm not attracted to.
All right, fair enough, dude.
Now you bring some big old sluts in here. I'm married.
Big hole sluts, huh?
Okay, go. Let's finish on
all
Gates. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Everybody should look into Bill Gates and his father.
Yeah.
Bill Gates Sr., Cold Springs Harbor. Cold Springs Harbor.
What happened there?
That's the World Eugenics site that Thomas Watson was the owner of IBM. And Thomas Watson invented computers. And there's like IBM and the Holocaust. There's like New York Times best-selling books about this. This is Pulitzer Prizes for this.
Yeah.
And he
What does that have to do with the
computers in like 1900 because he wants to prove that brown people are inferior.
What?
And he funds the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute in the 20s, which then funds Hitler, which then creates Hitler and does the whole deal. Bill Gates' father came in with his mother. Bill Gates' father was super secret army person doing secret tests, but the mother was more important. She was the key board member on IBM. When Thomas Watson dies, he gives everything he has to eugenics. He won the highest award you get from the Nazis. He was an American, Thomas Watson. He gives it to the board and he trusts her to run it. So then the rest is history. Bill Gates got all the robber baron money to carry out this eugenics, the secret program. That's why he runs the world medical systems, why he runs the UN, why he runs the Wuhan laboratory. And so Bill Gates is literally like, why is he on TV, my doctor? Why is he the boss? Why does he say when I wear a mask, when I don't? I mean, you folks, look up Cold Springs Harbor, Bill Gates Sr., Bill Gates' mother. This is all on record. This is all 100% like when I was on Joe Rogan's podcast last time, a few months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. I'm like, yeah, Bill Gates says 80% get sick from the Pfizer shot. And Joe's like, whoa, let's look it up. Boom, Reuters, AP. When I'm telling you this stuff,
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Mark Twain shipped in hookers to Northern California. It's in the history books.
Yeah.
Everything I actually told you, on how pretty your green eyes are. Everything is in a book.
That's the most factual shit you said this whole time.
100%.
Talk.
Okay, so
eyes
Bill
gorgeous.
Gates is bad because his mom is bad and his dad is bad.
Well, no, they set him up
To be bad.
because there was trust busting back then. You couldn't have a corporation that ran this.
Right.
So Bill Gates was picked by these people to be the front guy for the whole deal.
And do you think that he's actually a smart, capable guy who's good at running a company?
He's got probably 200 IQ.
Really?
But a lot of people with an IQ, like, if you ever known really smart people, like I know a super famous Hollywood director and producer that's made $5 billion in Hollywood. He's a great guy, except when you're sitting with him at 2 a.m., man, and he won't stop what he's doing. These guys are singular. So the guy I know is singular about writing really funny comedy, doing really amazing things, designing F-18, computers before he even made Beavis and Butthead. Then when you go to the next level, though, like Mike Judge is creating incredible comedy, and he's on the spectrum. You go to the next. Mike Judge don't want to kill you. If Mike Judge wants to kill you, because he's saving the earth, you're dead.
Really? So do you think that Gates has like a God-like, what is it called? God complex?
God complex.
Is that what it is, though? So he truly believes it, or he's doing the bidding of somebody above him?
Well, they had a lot of smart people.
Where does it end, is I guess what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, they tried to recruit my dad.
Really?
Yeah, but it was only because he was like top of his class in Texas. But that's a side issue. He didn't join them. He didn't tell me till 14 years ago he was even involved in it. When I made a film about all this, my mom's like, David, this isn't true, is it? My dad's David Jones. And he's like, no, I was involved in it. But yeah, Gates was chosen because obviously his mom was smart. Obviously his dad was smart. His dad was on the Federal Reserve Board. But I mean, these are the people running the freaking show. You can pull up Bill Gates with the Astors and the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and all the elites, and they're at a, quote, depopulation summit 20 years ago. Type in the Good Club, billionaires meet in secret to promote depopulation. Wall Street Journal, New York Times, ABC News. What's frustrating is they told us 15 years ago, we're getting ready to do this. And they set it all up.
And depopulation, you think, is a bad thing?
Well, here's the deal.
Yeah, that's a fact. We need that.
Okay, well, blow your head off.
Start with you.
My eyes
Be
are
the
too
change
pretty
you wanna
to go.
see.
I'm valuable. The rest of y'all
No,
could
but
go.
I mean, let's be serious.
You read the YouTube comments. A lot of them could go.
No, I hear you, but okay, it's like the first Superman came out. I don't like Marvel comics. I don't like stuff like that. But the first one was to half tease him. And like General Zod goes, our genetics are degenerate. I'm going to kill half the planet. And Superman's dad goes, oh, and you're going to choose Zod? Who's going to die? Zod's one of the worst. The point is that, yeah, we all got problems. Yeah, we've all got issues.
Right.
Yeah, but we're going to that's Hitler, man. Like, oh, this group, I'm going to kill this group. It's that group acts just like you. You act just like them. You cannot get into that mindset of killing. I know you're just being hypothetical, devil's advocate.
I'll be watching Thanos like, hey,
Well, there he is. Okay.
have you been to India recently?
No.
Seems like a pretty good. Go to a train station in India.
People that are there's shit all over the floor.
Hey.
People starving to death. I get it. So, okay, you're going to start walking around with a machine gun shooting everybody?
No. That's Corona. Bang. Done.
Well, you just hit it. But watch out, though.
Oh.
Because when you decide they're not worth anything, they're going to get you. So just think about that.
So you think that's what Corona's about?
Well, Corona itself is just the introduction to wear a mask. You're dirty. You're bad. You've got to have a computer tell you when you can go outside. You got to take these inoculations that don't even protect you, they admit. So it's just the medical tyranny getting in place before they release, because they agree with you. They're going to release the real bioweapon.
So let me just back up. Are they taking advantage of a tragedy, or do you think that this was purposely spread around the world in order to exact this type of control?
Well, he keeps obsessing on India because he's an Indian supremacist.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking, but seriously, it was the Indian scientists at their top university that actually have a CRISPR's editor. They cost like $5 billion.
Yeah.
And
CRISPR is the genome?
Gene editing system.
Gene editing system.
Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the U.S. has like 50 of them. Europe has a couple. England has a few. Australia has one. India has one. China, who knows what they're doing? God almighty, that's like Wild West. I mean, look out, man. Let me tell you, anything we're talking about here, China's like there's no. That's the next subject.
Yes.
And so, what was the question about CRISPR?
No, you brought up CRISPR. I was asking something like...
the Indians.
Yeah.
So it was the Indians. It was the Indians in February of last year. So we're talking about over a year ago. Okay, it was the Indian government said, we scanned this COVID virus and it's 5 viruses. We have P shuttle genes. Because like you see Frankenstein, he's got stitches on him.
Yep.
Like an arm, a leg.
Yep.
They looked at it, it's 100%. They go, P shuttle gene, I'm not a genetic engineer. They said, this is 5 viruses.
Stitched together. And they said, that's just the coding. It's so complex, we can't penetrate it. Probably only the U.S. could produce this, maybe China. And they said, that's the surface is 5 viruses. You don't know what they stuck inside of it. So it's man-made, you think?
Oh, the Indian University said, with a CRISPR, said 100%, and it's not like the Indians are dumbasses, they're some of the top scientists. So their top scientists in India go, this is really fucking bad, okay?
Uh-huh.
And then they all freak out and threaten to sue the university. The university goes, we don't withdraw a paper, we just unpublish it. Then the Australian government confirmed it. The discovery of HIV of the CRISPR in France proved it. We've had more than 50 universities now look at it and go, this is a bioweapon. It has stitches where they inject the pieces. They have like molecular guns that that are so small they're able to, because it doesn't work a billion times. They have machines that keep doing these under electron microscopes, firing. Yes, well, how do they make a thing the size of a virus with 5 viruses? That sounds too small.
So what was the...
No, let me tell you.
Yeah.
They sit there with gene guns firing at huge laboratories, and then they look at electron microscopes. Thousands of people go, we got one. Alarms go off, and they go, we got one that actually merged. So they got one that has freaking 5 viruses. So it's not like they just magically did it. Like, they can't even sew your arm on right. They gene inject it. They get the weapon, and they run out and they go, we've got it. And then that's put out, and that's what happens.
All right, guys, we need to take a break for a second because you're not getting all the internet you deserve. You deserve the entire internet, and they are not allowing you to have it all. I don't know who they is, but we're going to put a stop to it right now with a VPN, and the best VPN that is on the planet right now, and that is Surfshark's VPN. You're going to use Surfshark VPN to access all the content you should be able to access. Have you ever watched a video, or at least tried to watch a video from like a foreign country or a website in another country, and it says, oh, you cannot watch this video because you're not in the right location, or your location doesn't allow you to watch this? That doesn't have to happen anymore. You can watch whatever you want to watch. You want to watch some video from Turkey? You can watch it right from your home in Calabasas with Surfshark's VPN. Okay, and you know how you do it? Very simple. You can get, for a limited time, 83% off a 2-year plan and 3 extra months for free at surfshark.deals/Schultz. Okay, that's SCHULZ. That's surfshark.deals/Schultz. Okay, this special offer makes your subscription just $2.21 per month, so you can browse securely on all your devices. And let me tell you how much you're going to love it. Surfshark is offering you a 30-day money-back guarantee. You only offer people their money back if you know for certain they're going to love the product. They know that you're going to use it. They know you're going to love it. Not only that, they offer you clean web, okay? Surf in a clean cyber ocean with no ads, trackers, malware, or phishing attempts. Unlimited devices. Plug up all your devices to the Surfshark VPN. You are good to go. Obviously, the no borders mode, which I told you about. And they have camouflage mode. Okay, camouflage mode makes sure that even your internet provider can't tell that you're using a VPN. You stay private Always. You care about your privacy? Well, you should. Now, you can watch any of your favorite movie shows on streaming devices that are only available in certain countries. You can watch all of them. Go do it right now. And if you don't like it, get your money back. But you won't, because you will. Remember, that's surfshark.deal/Schultz. You get 83% off a 2-year plan and 3 extra months for free. Go now. Let's get back to the show. So the question I always have with conspiracies like that is, how do you keep that a secret?
You don't. The Indian scientist came out, and then later more and more came out, but they have all this PR. Oh, China's not involved. Oh, nobody's involved, because they're not. China's blackmailing the U.S. because in 2005, this is in major scientific papers, they did gain of function, chimera, SARS, COVID testing. That's all the viruses at Chapel Hill, North Carolina. But you can pull up like Journal of Science, all of it. Major controversy, type in major controversy, gain of function, Chapel Hill. And so they went, this is illegal. You're creating an airborne bioweapon in Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
So they moved it to Wuhan a year later, and that's where they made it.
So it was an American lab in Wuhan.
Yes. 11 contracts under Fauci, look it up, and under Bill Gates companies.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
I believe you.
Guys, type this in.
There's just nobody looking it up. That's just funny.
It's mad long Googles
It's
too.
his feelings, no facts.
You keep saying look it up, and I keep looking over at Mark like, are
But
you
it's
looking it
even
up?
I don't have Wi-Fi.
But they're gonna lie.
I'm not connected to anything. I'm just
They're
typing
going to
away.
lie. They're going to lie and say I made this up. Type in Newsweek.com, Fauci connected to controversial programs.
It's just
that
such
will-
long Googles. That's what gets me. Type in Newsweek.com on March 20.
Fauci controversial Wuhan. Type that in.
There we go.
Fauci controversial Wuhan.
But now, what about the scientists that say that it's not man-made? What is, like, are they being paid off? What do you think?
Well, I mean, yeah, Bill Gates paid to have the British group and the U.S. group say that 4% of America would die, 18 million people. And then it was like 1/10 of 1% what they claimed.
Right.
And so yeah, they hyped all this up, and then notice no flu this year. Or last year, they keep saying all the flu deaths are that. But just don't believe me. Anybody viewing this,
You wouldn't say flu deaths are down because of masks?
well, that's the argument, but here's the deal.
Also, the people who would have died from the flu died from corona.
That's a good point, but here's the deal. Take like a cyclone fence. They describe a cyclone fence.
9/11 is an inside job. No, it's not. No, you got a good point.
Yeah,
Right there.
that is a strong counter argument.
No, I'm not going to argue this. Listen to me. You can look up. They had a Japanese supercomputer prove
Right.
that masks don't work. 2 masks don't work. It's like a cyclone fence.
Yeah.
And you're shooting a BB through it. But then you actually learn it's like 1 billion times bigger. So imagine a cyclone fence
Yeah.
that's like 20,000 feet tall.
Yeah.
You can't even see the edges of the cyclone fence.
Yeah.
Like one part of it.
Yeah.
You're shooting a BB through that.
Yeah. You don't
Like a
think
woman that's got a pussy 5,000 feet wide.
Wait,
I still wouldn't fit.
Okay, so you're saying that masks don't work at all. You don't think that they've helped at all.
They've helped us learn that we're dirty. They've helped us learn that we're bad. They've helped us learn that there's this big crisis and we're all LARPing like in a video game against this. I mean, like I was at a hotel just today and like people have masks on. They see me. They go, I'm not wearing a mask. They go up against the wall. Well, you're protected. You got your mask.
Florida? No one in Florida cares. Well, I guess it's a hotel because those people aren't from Florida.
In Miami, they're arresting people not wearing masks.
No.
I had to wear one coming in here.
are you
You didn't get
arrested?
arrested. They're just like, can you put on a mask? You're like, yeah, sure. Florida
against-
people do not care.
I'm not against your people, but here's the deal.
Florida, I'm
It's
from
like
New
a
York.
burqa.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Whoa.
This is all we wanted. This is all we wanted.
Here we go.
Now drink the Jameson.
We got Alex
Jameson
Jones
through
to
the
wear a mask.
Islam.
Here you go. This will make it more accurate. There you go.
Saddam. Get to America.
So, now, if they did prove that masks were helpful, would you wear it?
Yeah. No, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Double, triple surgical mask.
Because you're not against vaccines.
No.
In general, you're not against
No, it's
vaccines.
a real science. You know the history of it?
Yes.
600 years ago in England, they learned that if you were already sick during the winter, didn't get sun, they didn't know why. They thought like the dark killed you. It was true. Sunlight makes you healthy.
Yeah, vitamin D, yeah.
And so they learned like, oh, the vapors of darkness kill you. They said, well, if we poke a cow during the summer, everybody's healthy, in a pustule and put it in a toothpick in your arm, you defeat it when you're healthy, you don't die from it.
But that's smallpox.
Smallpox and cowpox.
Yeah,
Cowpox is like a very mild form of the virus.
Cowpox is the mild form of smallpox.
Yeah, so that's the original vaccine.
Yeah.
So it started in Europe 500, 600 years ago.
We fact-checked him. We shouldn't have done that. That's
Damn.
That's our bad.
Yeah,
But
we
shows
will
you're
never
smart.
do that again.
Yeah.
We will
No,
never
no,
do
we
that
don't do
again.
that again.
Feelings
Little
but-
angel eyes.
Akash knows
That's
Little
absolutely
angel eyes.
everything about cows. So
Yeah, that's true.
don't
That's
ever
true.
come at him with cow information because he will be able to back it up.
I like
immediately.
cows.
Yeah.
You like
Hey,
cows?
Jesus.
Not as much as him.
Yeah.
Do you eat them?
Yes, I eat
See, he would never eat
I
it.
take back my dap, yo.
That's his
right,
uncle.
bro.
I take it
Eat-
back.
that's
I
the-
can't leave you hanging,
That's
but
the unclean one.
hey, let's do that.
Anyway, let's get serious.
Okay.
See, I know all about everything.
Yeah. I know.
No, but let's get serious. What was the question? I love cows so much I eat them. This is fucking fake.
It's not real. Nothing is real.
It's
that we're
like
talking
Sandy
about.
Hook.
Wow.
Don't bring that up.
How did you fuck that up so
Hey, you
bad, bro? How did you fuck that up,
Yeah,
man?
yeah, here's
You
what
were on
happened.
a roll. You had the pedophiles. You were breathing down their necks.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
Let me explain. That happened 8 years ago. I'm not going to even say the name because they'll sue me for it. No, seriously, you be quiet. Anyways, beautiful over there. Anyway, let's get serious here. No. One of my security guys goes, why do you keep making gay jokes? I go, people laugh at them. Let me get back. Truth, there's nothing against gay guys, but I ain't looking for no ass. Looking for pussy. Anyway, let's get serious.
Yeah, let's
But
get
he's
serious.
pretty though. I like him. You dressed up a little dress for me, like a little elf. Like a little,
I'm not your bohemian boy, all right?
Yeah, dress him up like an owl.
I'm gonna take you, but you be run a train on your ass.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm having fun here. What was your,
I'm not right now.
what are you joking about? What?
I don't know. Oh no, Sandy, how you fucked up Sandy?
Yeah, I didn't fuck that up. Here's the deal.
You were on a roll before that, huh?
Well, let me explain. Imagine like your timeline on a Final Cut Pro video editor or audio editor. There's like thousands of cuts on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been burned by 4chan and 8chan.
Yeah.
Because back then, I didn't realize how big my show was like 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so 4chan and 8chan, they were all saying, okay, this thing didn't happen. And so I would just simply go, well, devil's advocate, I can see how they say, but I think it happened. I actually said that.
Yeah.
And then some of the people that went to investigate it, because it became kind of this internet thing, I wasn't really part of it, they were harassing people. So as soon as I learned people were being harassed, and as soon as I learned some of the theories were wrong, like we're talking 6 years ago, I said, hey, it probably happened. I told my crew, hey, have a few debates with people. I think this happened. We had debates where the Sandy Hook deniers got mad at us. Those are on record. And then I didn't know what was going on. About 5 years ago, Hillary's running against Trump. He goes, well, Trump's been on his show. We'll attack him for being involved with Alex Jones. And that came out in opposition research. So I had media like Megyn Kelly, all of them show up in my office, going, tell us why you question it. I go, well, I think it happened. Well, just tell us why you question it. And then they would sue me for saying why I questioned it.
After they asked you.
After they asked me, because that was a statute of limitations thing.
Right.
So they just looked at my whole history and said, okay, he's not done anything bad. That's where we can get him, set him against dead children, which is tragic. And so that's all that was. And so now I always get to read the newspaper, whatever it is, like, and he's the one that, and like they present tense, the lawyers and the media go, we need him taken off this radio station or TV station. He's currently sending people at us. We're under attack. Like mortars are being fired at him. And I'm like calling up, sending them letters going, stop. I'm not saying that. So I never say go to their houses. I never said 90% of what they said. It became just a political tool. And that's all that was. But absolutely, that's what, instead of them sending a hit team to kill me or put me in federal prison, which they try with Roger Stone and others, they have just made that my identity and then just obsessed over it. It's kind of like comics that say one thing on a line and all you ever hear. And after a while, it's kind of like, I'm not even mad at them doing it, but I'm just like, it doesn't even help them anymore because no one even cares. Like they literally have articles every day, sometimes in like 1,000 publications.
Yeah.
And I told them, that, they said in the news, Jones built his career on that place in Connecticut with a tragic event that did happen with children, and mass shootings are terrible. I'm pro Second Amendment, but I don't believe in psychotics. I'm pro that killing kids. But they just live off that, and then just say like, will you please stop? And I'm like, I hadn't said that in 6 years. Stop it. I send them letters. They won't stop.
Yeah.
So imagine you did something half wrong. They make up the rest of it. And then they keep saying, Mr. Schultz.
Yeah. Full wrong.
Yeah.
It was full wrong.
Yeah.
There we go. Accountability.
No, absolutely. But I mean, here's the deal. I was covering the internet's questions of things.
Yeah.
And then once I figured out that some of the things the internet said, but here's the deal.
Now, do you think the people who, let's say the Epsteins of the world, were rejoicing when you got caught up in that?
Absolutely. Because here's the deal.
Because now they can discredit you immediately when you say anything about them.
Well, exactly. That's why I've thought
Maybe
about
best thing that happened to them.
Well, exactly. And I mean, here's the deal. I learned how 4chan, I'm not demonizing anybody, but 4chan and 8chan are bad.
Yeah.
Because I learned early on, we would have leaks, WikiLeaks, serious Satanism, serious pedophilia with emails like the kids will be in the hot tub ready for you. We'll do the Aleister Crowley ritual after that, listing the names. That's in New York. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm going to Cancun for a week. You guys don't cover this. It's a fake story. I leave. My crew's great. But they literally go, well, it's in the CNN. They're saying it's a pizza place. Nothing was happening at the pizza place. So you've seen a mockingbird acts like its wing's broken.
Yeah.
Gets you away from its nest. We were covering real stuff. And then they were simply focusing on some fake deal. We would cover the fake thing. And then we would be the authors of that. So when Q came along 3 years ago, I said, this is fake. They claim everything's fine. The government's wonderful. Hillary's secretly in a camp in Guantanamo. I said, I wouldn't agree with her in Guantanamo. That's not due process. Plus, she's not in Guantanamo. I went and saw her with my own eyeballs in Austin. And the Q people go, Jones is a Mossad agent of the Russians. None of it means anything. Mossad agent of Russia, what does it mean? Two different groups. And he is claiming she and Tom Hanks are not in Guantanamo. And I was getting death threats at people at my office, crazies.
These are the Q people.
Yeah, the Q people.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
So I learned
wild
what had happened with Sandy Hook was already kind of Q crazies.
Yeah.
I just covered them. I got sucked in.
Yeah.
Which you learn, you live, you learn. But that's what I'm saying is I'm at an event in Austin. I see Hillary drive by. My camera crew gets her giving a speech. It's Hillary. Mm-hmm. And the very people are like, screw you, Jones. She's in Gitmo. Trump arrested her. Everything's fine. And Trump wasn't involved in that.
Now,
you see how that works?
100%. Now, the way that you see people that are in QAnon, and you're like, these conspiracies.
People see me like that.
How do you feel about that?
No, here's the thing. I was 21 years old on Access TV. Within a year, I got a regular show. Hit show on FM radio. Within 2 years, I was syndicated. Within 4 years, I was on 100 radio stations.
Yeah.
So I've always been natural, been real, been trying to find the truth. But man, I'm way smarter than I was back then. Yeah. So now I've at least learned, don't listen to 8chan and 4chan. Go off what you really know, what is confirmed off documents. Because I barely ever, here's the thing. You're on air 3-4 hours a day.
Yeah.
You're covering all the shit. And so they just picked that one thing.
Yes.
But here's the deal. And I was wrong, and I've apologized. What's weird is they keep it up saying, oh, he's currently doing it. That's wrong. So if I'm the ultimate villain for covering somebody saying something didn't happen, when somebody 8 years later in my name is saying, he says it didn't happen, he says he's attacking us. Well, if it's so evil to say that, you're saying it in my name. So it's a form of identity theft.
So you think that you're the victim of identity theft?
I'm not into being a victim.
Yes.
I have respectfully said, will you please stop saying I'm saying nobody died? Will you please? Because here's the thing, I got a pretty credible name. A lot of fans. They hear somewhere, they got people harassing families.
Yes.
And stuff because they keep saying Alex Jones says it didn't happen.
Now,
then people go and do it because they say, I'm saying it. Does that make sense?
Yes. So do you ever when you think about the Epstein stuff that happened?
Let's talk about that. See, they want to distract us into S-hook. Look, there are lawsuits against me by people I never said their names.
Real.
Oh my God! Listen, before they had the Aurora shooting, I never said that didn't happen. They have families on Twitter saying Jones says our children weren't killed at Aurora. They say I said nobody died in Florida. I said day one people died in Florida.
What is the idea of a crisis actor? Is that a real thing?
Well, here's the deal.
We're removing it from Sandy Hook, but just this idea, this concept.
Yeah, let's remove it.
Yes.
We're removing it from Parkland.
Yes.
We're moving from Sandy Hook. You got to be careful.
Remove it from all mass shootings, and then let's just say,
I just want to understand the concept of a crisis actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
you can online hire 1,000+ firms if you want to have a mass casualty drill or you want to have whatever they call it AstroTurf. You can hire people online. It's public.
AstroTurfing is different than
It's fake-
grassroots.
it's
The
fake
opposite of
So
grassroots.
it's a fake grassroots movement. Gotcha.
Yeah, so you can. It's totally legitimate to do a bomb drill for the army, and they hire a bunch of actors.
Yeah.
But then they've got the left does it where they go out and they dress as Nazis.
So the left will dress as the people that they hate to prove that those people exist.
And here's the deal: nothing against the left. I got some theater majors that work for me, but but they're all theater majors. So when you saw Charlottesville, I mean, let's be honest, it was all a bunch of fat gay dudes dressed as Nazis.
Yeah.
And they're there, and you look at them, and some real white supremacists. And it's a bunch of
All a bunch of gay dudes dressed as Nazis.
Fat gay guys. Fat gay guys. Fat gay guys.
no, but
dressed
some
as
real
Nazis.
Nazis showed up.
Yeah.
They were all crazy. You could tell, like,
Okay.
all right, these are the gay dudes, and then like, they had real Nazis like, kill everybody, like that. They lured them in like a bug zapper.
Yeah.
So you've got. I mean, we had reporters there, and the news is like, my reporters are Nazis. They're just covering it. They're not Nazis at all. So that's what you deal with is in politics. There's always a lot of staging stuff. There's always a lot of setups, and so that's where I was going with that.
So there's a lot of staging and setups in politics. You're saying like if there's a speech or some sort of political movement, they'll hire people to be there to support. Like this often happens with speeches, right?
Yeah, they don't deny it.
So it's open with speeches, but when it's not something that's like exactly political, when it's like a protest or whatever, it gets a little iffy.
Well, they have them sign non-disclosures, and I haven't found the right wing doing it yet. I've never done it, but I mean, it's like Rand Paul when he's running for the Senate. They've caught. You can look this up. This is like many years ago when he first got elected. They caught Democrats literally in overalls or coveralls, like the Beverly Hillbillies, saying I won't even say it because they'll edit me out and put it out, saying horribly racist stuff about blacks and Hispanics, and saying, and I love Rand Paul, and I love I won't even say it. The left's so deceptive now.
Yeah.
I love the KKK, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then they would put that out to hurt him. So that goes on a major scale.
Now, is this the thing that we've heard about, like with George Soros's involvement in politics?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, Soros heavily funds like political groups on the left and the right, and he has them basically clash together.
Is it true that he funded the March of the Penguins?
No, but here's an example of Bohemian Grove. I still don't know who funded me to do that. But then I later learned they were going to make a full-length film with Harry Shearer, which they did, called Teddy Bear's Picnic. So this was insiders deciding it's time for us to come out.
I think they wanted you in.
Oh, no,
That's my suspicion.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, they
I'm
wanted
not
him.
sure
But you're
what
not
faction
positive.
did it, though.
But
So I'm
I
saying
think,
I've
yeah.
experienced this. So I'm telling you, the average.
The Bushes. You said you were in there with the Bushes, right?
Well, I used the code words they were given.
so if
hiding
you have
in the
those
bushes.
or unless it was the opposite side that wanted to protect themselves, so they gave you the code words from the Bushes.
The truth is, I don't know what happened. It's just that I was a big critic of the Bushes at that time in the wars.
So if you were a big critic of the Bushes at that time, maybe the Bushes opposition was the one that wanted to pull you in. I mean, if you had a powerful voice, of course there are going to be people that want you on their side.
And that's the thing. It's fair to say all that. So, like the average guy that's lost his job in West Virginia,
Yeah.
and he's getting these messages, usually run by the left, to be a racist or whatever, because they want to create division. He then feels empowered because someone's talking to him. And so I'm telling you, most of the time, it's some cold-blooded political corporate group is creating division against all of us to control us.
Now, why does division help control us?
Well, it's divide and conquer.
So as long as we're fighting amongst each other, we can't fight the people that are.
Yeah, like no matter, all of us in there have an interest to have clean water, clean food, a future for our children. And if they can get us fighting with each other, they win. Because they're exploiting us. It's really simple. Here, have a shot of whiskey.
Okay, fine. Well, you have one first. And then,
It's fake. It's fake.
yeah, we're not actually drinking. Okay, 1 second.
But listen, we should. You brought up a lot of topics. What's the next topic?
Does Governor Cuomo have nipple piercings?
He definitely does. I mean, you can see them. Like he's got that white shirt on.
You saw the one with the white shirt. Now, why do you think the media has flipped on him?
Because
You've noticed this, right? He's the media darling, and then all of a sudden, when it looks like he's not going to be president, complete flip.
I think if he wore this outfit, he'd be fine.
I think he has this outfit.
I bet he has his interns wear that
up
outfit.
there in New
All
York.
right, let's get serious.
Yeah.
I actually, I'm not trying to toot my horn. I'm not trying to toot my horn,
Yeah.
but I've learned their weird psychology. And so they had all the Democrat governors send COVID patients, because COVID's real, but only kills you if you're deficient in vitamin D and C and zinc, into nursing homes with old people in the dark that can die. That's why black folks die double the number too, because black folks need 3 times the sunlight white people need. And that's a fact. So that's why it's like double the number of blacks die, because they don't tell you, hey, you need sunlight or you need vitamin D3. So that's a public service announcement right there. Not being a virtue signal. It's just true.
No, that's a fact. You need
That's
vitamin
just true. We
D,
should
and
be
I
saying
think
every
minorities have less vitamin D.
Is that true?
My entire life, every time I got a physical, my vitamin D was always low.
Really? So you have small D.
Yeah, he's little D.
Well, no.
Dude,
Here's the deal.
D, dude.
When you're,
D all goes to the wrong D. That's the problem. D all
when
goes to
you're,
one
when you're about,
ligament.
listen, we're all evolved for this planet. It's real.
Yeah.
So when you're up north, you got to get more light because there's none.
Right.
When you're in the equator, it's dangerous. You block it. So black folks need 3 times what a Northern European needs. So I mean, that's a real deal.
That's interesting. So if I have a little bit of sun, that's going to work 3 times better than if Alex gets that same amount of sun.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that's it. And this
Because
thing.
the melanin blocks it.
So if this is such a sophisticated virus, why is being in the sun the thing that stops it from?
Well, no,
killing?
because if
You
you,
stitch together all these things, but the sun.
it's called
Oh,
it's called
fuck.
essential. Like water's essential. You die in 5 days without it.
Yep.
Food's essential. Die in a month without it. What's in food? Minerals and vitamins. So if you don't have vitamin D3, you die because any virus, your cell can't protect itself. Mitochondria gets weak and be reprogrammed. If
So
there's
it's not that not having sun kills you, but the second you get sick, it's over. Your body can't
the
fight.
second you're hit by a virus and you don't have D3, I'm not a virtue signaler. I care about everybody. If you're an African American or African, wherever you're at, if you're from Africa,
Yeah.
particularly you got dark skin, if you don't have D3, you die. We die too.
Yeah.
It's just that we're from northern climes, so less sun works on us. So that's why you have a double amount of black folks dying
Yeah.
of it because they don't have the sun.
Okay, so you're saying Cuomo and the nursing home patient.
All right, Cuomo nursing home. Well, again, it doesn't matter if they're black or white. They're in a dark room.
Yep.
Nobody's visiting them.
Yep.
They have no D3.
Yep.
Their guts are messed up. They don't absorb it. D3 is something that doesn't absorb well with the gut. And so Cuomo got an advisory through the UN, through Fauci. And that's why the New Jersey governor, the Michigan governor, the Pennsylvania governor, all the Democrat governors said, you are going to basically take people into your nursing homes that do this. So they looked at Cuomo and they said, well, okay, it's coming out that we kill all these people in these nursing homes to get COVID deaths up. It's eugenics, basically. Bill Gates talked about let's get rid of old people. Let's go ahead and burn Cuomo as a sacrificial lamb. And I said this a year ago. I said, you watch Letitia James, the attorney general, and she will indict Cuomo within a year. I'm on record. People are freaking out about this because they're going to burn him to scare all the other governors that actually signed on. See, that's to scare them. So he's a sacrificial lamb who did what they said, and he's too dumb to go, hey, I was told by the UN and Fauci to do this, and Trump.
Because he won all the credit.
Because he won all the credit.
Wow.
Instead of going, I was told to do this, they'll drop it as a hot potato. But as soon as I said that, I talked to people in the governor's office. They went, okay, now it's sexual harassment. So as soon as Cuomo went, I was told to do this. They went, oh, sexual harassment. So see, it's not that Cuomo's a good guy, he's a bad guy, but that's what's going on.
And who's putting out the sexual harassment stories? Why are they timed?
Well, notice they say these women aren't like he banged me or whatever.
Yeah.
He grabbed me and hugged me at a Christmas party. And I'm not defending him. It's like 10 women. Another one, yeah, once he told me I was good looking.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not that it's bad that he killed all these old people.
Yeah.
That's all right. You know,
Yeah.
they need to die. There's too many people, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
G's up.
So, but
He
now,
hugged his staff. That's cancelable, is what you're saying.
well, it's better to say the governor's been stepping down because he hugged some girls and told them they were hot instead of he killed 16,000 old people.
Why the fuck is that the case? Why do we care more about the 10 girls who said they were hugged?
Because they changed the
inappropriately
subject.
than 16,000 dead people. That's kind of crazy, no?
It shows how they bait and switch. The number one thing I was taught doing research is the CIA. The number one thing I was taught, I'm joking, folks, way above the CIA. What I was taught is you kill a story with a story.
Break it down. So the story is he's killing the old people. We want to kill that story with these girls are
All
saying,
right, let's just say it comes out Alex Jones strangled his neighbor
Yep.
for whatever reason.
Yep.
Well, I immediately, which is hypothetical, I didn't do this. I just say,
frogs are gay.
no, I just say something like, neighbor was running meth lab. Jones discovered it. It doesn't matter. Now it changes the subject. And then I changed it again. And he was attacking his wife. It doesn't matter if it's true. It just changes the subject.
And so they basically changed the subject to something that is potentially forgivable. You know,
Exactly. He didn't kill 16,000 old people. No.
He was
Jones didn't kill his neighbor. He was saving the neighbor's wife. I didn't know if Jones killed her, but I heard the neighbor was hurting the wife. I was like, oh.
But the thing that they changed it to has to be something that the public will forgive, right?
Exactly. That's why it's lesser. Like,
Exactly.
well, he
We
was
can't
beating
forgive the
her.
deaths.
He saw him beating her by the pool. What was he supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, okay, Cuomo told the girl he loves her. He apologized. Oh, he kissed her at the Christmas thing. He better eat a sausage. You don't remember like the 16,000 dead, do you?
Yeah. Okay. Crypto.
Well, I mean, here's the deal.
Yeah, we might need to take another
Let's
step
get
for
let's
this
get some
one.
glasses. You want to?
Yeah, why don't we
I
have a
need
couple
to act
glasses?
tough on TV, okay?
Can we get
Truth is, folks, I don't drink.
You want
all.
some ice for your fake alcohol?
Sure.
Okay.
No, but you guys are smart, and I'm not kissing your ass. That's why I watch the show. I've been watching it a long time.
Appreciate
but
it.
you got this
We
studio
just
about
started,
a year ago?
We started a month ago, but it's fine. Keep going.
No, that's bullshit. I've seen this studio for at least a year.
No, this one is a month ago.
You used to have one with bookshelf.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, you're right.
I'm not
Do your
fucking lying.
research, bro. You do your research.
I do research. I was
Yo,
watching.
Google it. It's true. You can look it up right now.
All right. So break
No,
down
here's the deal.
crypto.
I'm not.
We need crypto.
Let's go. Let's talk about your studios.
No. I really want to know crypto because
No, I've
why?
been watching your show for at least a year.
Yes.
Here,
Thank you. Can you explain why the fuck it hasn't been regulated, what it's being used for, why it's being promoted, why it looks like the government is just going to let it go, why it's at $50,000 you can buy a fucking Bitcoin for? What is happening with crypto? And I'm not going to fact check a single thing.
no, there's no reason. I don't even know what's going on. So
What? Alex Jones doesn't know what's going on?
with crypto, I just know a lot.
Oh.
I can tell you the secrets.
Talk to me.
Do you want the secrets?
I want to see.
Can you handle the secrets?
Yeah, can you handle them?
I can handle them.
All right.
What?
Well, obviously, Bitcoin is totally controlled.
Oh. That's the hammer. That's the hammer right there.
Buy
Well, I
home.
mean, you're gonna make a lot of money doing it. So.
Buy home. Let's go. Talk to us.
I got approached by globalist intelligence operations. Probably, I don't know, it was like 10 years ago, Bohemian Grove. Before that, it was Bilderberg. It was Bilderberg, not Bohemian Grove. It was Bilderberg. I wasn't. It's not bullshit. I'm trying to remember. Bohemian Grove rhymes with Bilderberg.
No,
I was at Bilderberg.
doesn't rhyme at all.
That's how I know you got a lot of white fans, Alex. 'Cause you thought those two were rap bars.
No, Bohemian
Bilderberg
Grove,
and Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove, and
Jay-Z
Bilderberg
couldn't make it
rhyme.
rhyme.
Bilderberg, Bohemian.
No. Rhyme it. Al, rhyme it.
No.
Rhyme it.
All right, let me tell the story the best way here.
Yeah, please.
Infowars.com.
Thank you.
This is Infowars.com.
Yeah, people don't know your website yet.
They shouldn't visit it. Do not visit it. You'll burn it out. No, seriously. I'm at Bilderberg.
I just realized how often I say in all seriousness, and it's frightening because he says that shit all the fucking time.
I'm at Bilderberg.
I'm morphing into Jones.
No, everybody's serious. All right. I'm at Bilderberg, north of London, wherever that town was, like 10 years ago.
Right.
And Max Kaiser comes to me and he says, I have 10,000 Bitcoins for you. This is the future. It'll be the new global currency. He's on record. And I'm like drinking wine and eating a fucking steak at night. And I go, okay, great. I lost the laptop. He put the 10,000 on it. Today, what's 10,000 Bitcoins worth? A lot.
Yeah.
10,000 times 50. 5
I'll look it up.
million?
50, 500,000?
$510 million.
Yeah.
$510 million.
You fucking idiot. Dude, find that laptop.
In fact, slap me in the face. Get up and slap me. No, do it right now. I'm going to kick your ass.
Yes.
If you don't slap me, I'm going to...
Slap
You don't
him.
fucking slap me for real, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Slap
Right
him.
there.
Slap
Do
him.
it.
Slap
Do
him.
it.
Slap him. Yeah. Give him a good yeah.
I deserve it. No, I swear to fucking God, this is real. I didn't know Kaiser was like hooked up with Putin and the fucking Easter Bunny. So he goes, I got...
Oh my God. I can't believe you didn't do this math until now.
He got violently mad. So I'm sitting there with, friends, And I'm at this fucking I'm in the basement of this hotel right next to Bilderberg, having like helicopters landing globalists.
Can you tell people what Bilderberg is real quick?
That's where they make the teddy bears.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about Bilderberg.
Bilderberg workshop.
I'm at a global government meeting.
Global
I've
government.
just met with MI6, MI5, and the CIA.
Gotcha.
Only because they're going to arrest us if we don't.
Mossad?
Mossad wasn't there, no. Nothing against Mossad.
It makes it sound like a festival. It sounds like a music festival. Yeah, they couldn't book Mossad. They couldn't
They're
book
busy
Mossad,
creating the Bitcoin.
No, it's like you slip on a banana peel, Mossad did it. Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, Mossad wasn't there.
Yep.
They probably were there.
That you thought.
See, no, this is all real shit.
Max Kaiser?
Yeah, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh.
I got a feeling Mossad was in the room, Alex.
You think so? Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, so I'm sitting there. Oh, you think he's Mossad? I don't know. I don't know where he works for. Anyways, the point is that he sit there and he got really mad because we're sitting there eating steak and stuff. He goes, all right, I put 10,000 Bitcoin on this computer. He goes, this is going to be the currency. This is like hundreds of millions of dollars. I used to get behind it. He was totally sure of it. He's worked with Soros, all of them. And I go, he's like in CBS, NBC pieces in the 80s, the top broker. Mm-hmm. And I go, okay, great. He jumps up and goes, fucking idiot. Runs off, won't talk to me for like a year. Because I wouldn't, and later I'm like, where's that laptop? Where's that money? I don't even know. But no, he was the guy who told me it's gonna replace the dollar, and it's that Japanese guy that invented it. It's
Satoshi.
It's total globalist insider stuff. And I'm not saying don't be involved. Obviously, it's now been adopted. Elon Musk is involved. And I'm not smart like Elon when they came to him and said, hey, dude, we want to be our front guy. I'm like, fuck you, don't even do it.
Oh, you think they came to Elon?
Oh,
They had to have, right?
100%.
Now, who is that? The U.S. government has to be involved with right? I mean, the U.S. government has to be involved with Google and Facebook. There's no way you give them that much.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm still alive. Is I'm like, they have 50 colors in a color tablet. Alex Jones is just a little color deal. It's like they're not going to kill me because they see it like, as much as I want to be smart compared to the public, I don't even know their master plans. So I'm like a color they just used in their painting. It's all they're doing, this big conductor deal, and that's what they're doing.
So is that your motivation? Are you like, I want to see what they're painting?
Yeah.
That's it. You just want to know what the fucking real thing is.
Exactly. And people need to just pull back and just go, what's going on?
So what's going on?
Some weird stuff.
Apparently.
I think aliens run it.
Really?
Oh.
Now, are we connected with the aliens?
We were made by the aliens.
No,
Let's
we
go.
Americans, white people, white blood in America.
I don't care what color you are. I really think, let me tell you, it don't matter what color you are, your fate's bound to what happens to this planet.
Right.
So color really does not matter. I mean, color
I'm
matters
busting
because
balls.
they play people off against what color they are. So like it's real. People make a deal about that. But
When I spoke to Joe, right, I asked Joe and I was like, Alex is coming on. What should I ask Alex
tell you
about?
we're married?
He told me you guys have been married for a while. And he says you haven't walked the same since.
No, Joe has a very large penis.
He's packing, right?
It's over 2 feet long.
Really?
Oh,
Are you taking 2 feet, dude?
Yeah.
That's my boy.
alpha brain,
I'm
baby.
having sex with Joe Rogan.
He said
That's a joke.
alpha brain. You are on it. How many puns can I make? No. He said, talk to Alex about interdimensional, what is it? Species?
Interdimensional communication.
Interdimensional communication. He goes, he will blow your fucking mind about interdimensional communication. What is it?
I want to do that, and I want to talk about it. But
Yes.
can I pee?
Oh, I was dying to piss.
Let's go.
I heard you have to pee all the time. That's another bond we have.
Let's get together right now.
I'll go first.
Fucking drunk.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second because clearly Alex and Akash need a bed. Now, when they need a bed, the only place to go is to Helix, okay? Right now, everybody in this room is sleeping on a Helix.
Yep.
Every single one of them. They're the best mattress in the game, delivered right to your place. Conveniently open up, put them right on the bed. None of this carrying a mattress. You know, when I was younger, I carried a mattress from the mattress. I won't use the competitor's company, but like a mattress something. I won't say it. I carried it on my back
Jesus.
from the store to my house because I didn't want to have to like sit around for some delivery window, 14 fucking hours. This is coming in a box. It is ready to go, wildly comfortable, and You can pick the specific type
Tailored
mattress.
to you. All you got to do, take a 2-minute quiz at helixsleep.com/flagrant. Tell them how you sleep, what kind of mattress you like, what position, whatever. They get the mattress that fits your needs perfect. Unbelievable.
Positions. What type of positions?
Oh,
are you
hey,
gonna
we ain't sleeping.
You just gonna get some rest.
Yeah.
You gonna lay down. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/flagrant. The Truffle is sleeping on a Helix right now. Truffle, how's it been going?
Great sleep.
Amazing
We
sleep.
set it up together, 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Slice open the bag and just
Done. Propped up and perfect, ready to go. Helix Sleep. You have to go to it right now. HelixSleep.com. If you need a new mattress, which you do, you're going to spend a third of your life on a mattress. Invest the money, and this is the most affordable, comfortable option. It's unbelievable. It's a no-brainer. Get the high-quality mattress that you deserve at HelixSleep.com/flagrant and get that discount as well. Now let's get back to this. And we're back. Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Interdimensional beings. Go.
Well, obviously, we've got 3 dimensions we're living in, but they've proven with these spectrometers that NASA has that there's dark matter that's 5 times more powerful than the matter we're living in. And so there is an outside force. That's why even the head of Bank of America said, we're held captive by some outside force. So these guys that tell you there's no God, there's no devil, there's no spiritual stuff going on, that's just ancients realizing there's more than what we can see in the limited band of our vision. It's like not even 1%
Right.
of what's happening. And so there are multi-dimensions.
We can understand 3 dimensions,
Yeah,
but it's proven that there's more than 3 dimensions,
that's right.
right? Like space is a 4th dimension.
There's 12 dimensions.
Right. Okay. So, and I guess the idea of understanding space as a 4th dimension is like if you kept on going that way in space, eventually you would wrap around
Yes.
back to where you were. And then there's a 5th dimension, a 6th dimension, etc. So you think that there are beings that exist in more than the 3 dimensions that we exist in?
That's right. Like an elevator, they're able to go up and down.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, you've got the
Explain it to us dummies that don't understand.
Well, no, I mean, definitely there are aliens don't come here on spaceships from 1 trillion miles away. They're interdimensional wormholes, whatever you want to call it, and the mathematics shows that they're able to come into our dimension, leave our dimension, and that the 3rd dimension is kind of a base launch pad of the basics of the higher dimensions. And so the 3rd dimension is the first dimension that has real intelligence and is able to evolve.
Okay.
And so we kind of live on the basic plane of everything that's built at the foundation.
And then as you increase in dimensions, you increase in technology that allows you to explore them? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but here's the problem. Plato, 2,300 years ago, the big Greek philosopher, wrote a bunch of stuff they dug up that was true. Like he said, Troy was over here and this was over there. But he said out in the Atlantic Ocean, there was a big base that had flying machines, and unlimited power, a big white light source, but it blew up. Was it hydroelectric? Was it nuclear? We don't know. But he said there were flying machines all over the world. He described the world as round. Well, how did a guy in Greece know that? Well, he had the documents. He had the original source code. And so that's what we're saying is that there's a lot of hidden technology, a lot of hidden history on this planet. Our planet itself is more like just a jumping off point. And it's not just for us. There's a lot of stuff that comes through here. I mean, we're kind of like in the middle of a major traffic jam with just entities and systems and ideas.
So do we have access to any of this technology? Has any of this technology permeated the things that we use?
I think so. Look at all this.
So this is alien technology in its most rudimentary level.
It's like Transformers.
I-
You've seen Transformers?
Yeah.
It's like the Allspark. That's how we got our technology.
That's all this shit.
Shia LaBeouf knows.
The cube.
Yeah, the cube.
Before there was Cybertron, there was the cube.
That's your voice. What if you were Megatron the
Autobots
whole time?
transform and roll up. Bumblebee. Megatron, prepare to die.
Megatron?
Megatron.
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 Okay, so break it
Transforming
down.
Capitol Hill into
No, but seriously. No, but you just said it, and so we all know it. What was the question before Megatron? Before we came to your planet, we battled on Cybertron. My name is Megatron.
sounds heller like Optimus Prime. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's
You
like
just said it, so we all know it. What was the question we were talking about?
Andrew Schultz, prepare for battle.
Oh, we are.
Okay, so we have access to some of this alien technology, right?
The Allspark.
Allspark.
Before there was Cybertron, there was the Cube.
Now, people like, let's say, your boy Elon Musk, your fellow Austin native. You guys get along?
He has access to the Cube.
Yes, he does. Do you think he's been given certain information or has figured out certain information that the rest of us don't know?
Yes. It's clear Elon Musk is working with Megatron.
Really? And is he like part alien? Is he?
I believe Elon Musk is part of an alien invasion of Earth.
And what do they want ultimately?
No, I like Elon Musk. Being sarcastic.
This movie trailer was awesome. I like that.
Shit is fire, to be honest with you.
Does Elon?
Finally, on the Schultz broadcast, alien technology is delivered.
Yes, it does. Now, what does Guy Colin feel like?
Who's Guy Colin?
Who's Guy Colin? He's a very famous actor.
Yeah. Whoever you stole that outfit from.
All right, let's get serious.
Let's get serious. What was the question?
Elon Musk, alien technology, interdimensional beings. How do you have proof of this? It's not just
Actually, Elon Musk is my baby.
He's thinking about Danny Glover when he grabs the mic.
you talking to.
Yeah, two hands for that.
Megatron, prepare for battle.
Yeah.
No, let's get serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. No. We are creatures that live here and have a very limited spectrum of color and light. That's it.
Yeah.
And so everything, and I'm not putting this down, but we get this. But they now know with spectrometers and all the mathematical analysis, there's stuff below us and above us and all around us. So that's why it's such a joke. It's all about energy. It's about
So who has access to this?
the globalists do.
And who the fuck are they? Is Nancy Pelosi a globalist? Like, give me a name of a globalist.
She's a
cog in the machine.
like when you have one of those games you put money in, it like grabs a ball out or a doll out. She's like a claw that just goes down. No. The problem is the globalists want mindless machines. So when you see a Chucky Schumer and Nancy Pelosi or any of these people, they are zombies of the system. Trump had problems. He wasn't perfect, but they were pissed at him because Trump was being Trump. They didn't like Trump because he was actually being himself.
And that's why you supported him.
I mean, I supported him because I supported him early on. I knew he wasn't a globalist. He wasn't perfect. But yeah, I got persecuted for supporting Trump. They had a video out last week going, leaked video of Jones saying he hates Trump. It was a film I was in. It's all lighting. I'm in there in a chair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I wasn't a moral person and just cared of myself, I'd say, fuck Trump. Trump's a fucking asshole. He ruined my fucking life. Everything got horrible after Trump. He took my bank accounts away, sued me, fucking took my sponsors away. But I still support Trump because he did the right thing. They edited that part off. So that's what they do. It's like, they're like, why don't you answer for attacking Trump? It's all fraud.
Interdimensional beings.
Well, if you go back to Satanism, they kill children and they rape women and they do all these bad things, believing in all the main literature, main history. Give not your children to the fires of Moloch, whether it was ancient Asia or ancient Middle East or ancient Africa or ancient America, ancient Europe, every culture went into a decline and started sacrificing children, normally on a pyramid, to an entity. And so I liken it to these videos I've seen on YouTube that have hundreds of millions of views of people in the Caribbean, very close here in Florida, who go every day and feed tiger sharks, some rotten fish. And so they show up all the time. And so I liken that to this, that they sacrifice children like every day on an altar. Interdimensionally, these priests take DMT and other ayahuasca hallucinogens to get rid of the veil where the brain blocks all this, because you're not supposed to see all this. You go crazy. And these things only swim up like you're feeding fish in a pond when you kill a kid or you torture somebody. So that's why Satanists take drugs to end the veil, and then they torture a child on top of a pyramid at certain sites. And the more you kill children at certain sites, you're not going to wait and kill 5 kids for one to show up. The minute you pull that knife out, the demons show up. And so for the average human, they are projecting another dimension. They think this must be a god. Higher dimensional creatures would not do something like this. But if you're there slitting children's throats, cutting their hearts out, Germans did it, the Babylonians did it, Mesoamerica did it, every culture did it. You're doing this because you know these things show up, and then you're on hallucinogens, so they're able to mind meld with you, and they give you ideas like a wheel might be good, fire might be good. And so these things want coin that is children being murdered.
So
they want the interdimensional pain of the children.
Interdimensional pain of the children brings them to you. You are on these drugs. It allows you to communicate with them. And through that communication, they give you these, what often happen to be creative ideas.
Inspirations.
So the iPhone has to be made in a sweatshop.
No, I mean,
That's why we have child
That's why the
labor.
people that run this
Holy-
are evil, because here's the deal. You're not just getting ideas from these aliens. These are bad aliens. You are interfacing with them, so it's their template. You're not just taking their technology. When you, like a Grand Grimoire and Black Magic books for the Middle Ages, you pay a demon gold, or it pays you to kill a kid. You then interface with that demon. So you think this whole satanic ritual is what happened. No, the truth was there's something more complex interdimensionally. You become a slave. So whatever they're doing is not even the picture. Like you think, oh, I killed a kid, I got power. That was a fake transaction. You killed a kid, you release God's protection of you. Now you're under its control.
So you do believe that God protects us.
Why is child sacrifice the cash in? Like, why is that the trade? Why can't it be some other type of trade?
Because the most valuable thing on this planet is our children. And if you will piss on your children, if you'll cut them up for some other entity to get power, you'll do anything.
Wait, can I just get a little biblical on our ass right now? Who was it? Who was it that was about
Mark,
to
help
kill
him
his
out,
kid?
please.
Who was about to
Abraham.
Abraham was about to kill. Yeah.
Sacrifice Isaac.
No, and God got that. God said, he said, kill it. And then God said, don't do it. The angel held his hand and said, there's a ram, kill that. Which that'd be like a week full of meat. So it's, again, exactly, it's the same deal. Before every culture, African, Latin American, German, every culture, white, black, old, young, you killed kids to the deity. And God said, in the Abrahamic religion, it stops now. You stop killing your kids.
You know, I was in
That's heavy stuff. You're a smart guy.
No, I was in
Not kissing your
Mexico.
ass, true.
What is it
Fake
called?
whiskey.
You're welcome.
You deserve it.
What is the name of that?
No, take it from America.
Texlon or something like
I'm,
that?
no,
No,
I'm good.
I'm good.
green eyes, you do it right now. I'm mad at you.
Yo,
He doesn't drink or eat cow.
Yeah.
So I went to
okay.
the pyramids in Mexico, right? And they were telling me about this game that they would play, right? And at the end of the game, there's child sacrifice, right?
Yeah, that was the ball playing court.
Yeah, exactly. It was almost like basketball. There was a hole, you had to get the ball in.
Well, it's what they copied in North America, not as sophisticated. It's what's the game where the kids play with the bat? They chase the ball. Oh fuck!
baseball.
No, it's not baseball. It's
Polo?
It's not polo. What's the game? Everybody
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse.
Yeah.
So lacrosse comes from Mexico.
Interesting.
And the Aztecs, but in the North, they didn't kill you when you lost. When you lost, they killed you. Sorry.
No. In Mexico, the winner got to sacrifice. It was an honor to sacrifice
Well, both
the
ways.
kid. Right. So you won the game and then you got to sacrifice something, and then that brought, great food and great weather and whatever it is for your entire community, right? But it was an honor to sacrifice the kids. So like you were saying, these past cultures have always sacrificed human life in order to have some sort of success, in order to flourish.
Is that Epstein?
Very
Island?
sophisticated.
Is that no? So just to bring it back to Epstein, to bring it out to, is that why they're doing it? Are they trying to get in touch, or is it strictly blackmail?
No, this is really high powered. Everything is multi-level. So yeah, there's a base level. Who's the main group you want to dominate and corrupt? It's scientists. Who do you want to blackmail? It's scientists.
Why do you want to do that? Because you're 100% right with the Epstein thing, because the scientists are who they tapped into. They tapped into the intellectual.
Because that's the most elite group.
Because they dictate what we do in our everyday life and the decisions we make. But do they dictate culture? I feel like we have more influence on culture than some scientists.
But they don't care what shirt you wear or what sunglasses you wear. That's culture. They want
care
your
how
body.
you behave.
They want your behavior. They want your body. Yeah. And so, what was the question about Epstein?
Could you also call Epstein's, obviously rape and like manipulation of these kids?
Let me give you the Epstein deal.
Yeah.
Epstein, like you go to a fancy restaurant or a fancy hotel, there's a maitre d', or there's a concierge.
Yeah, he's just a bitch boy, isn't he?
He's a bitch boy. And exactly. This guy's smart. That's why
I knew he was a fucking bitch boy. That woman was working him, right? Ghislaine?
Exactly.
Break that down.
Ghislaine Maxwell was the head guy.
I knew it. I said this shit way back in the
that's why
fucking day.
I love your podcast. I'm not kidding. You guys know all this shit already. I watch.
But it seems so obvious to me.
It's because you're smart, man.
But you know
when
what
you're
it is?
smart, it's all obvious.
Yeah.
When you're not, you
You're
don't
doing ayahuasca. That's
That's
what
the
it is.
ayahuasca shit. No, but you know what it is? That's that's sexism. You want to prove sexism? Is like the girl
Oh yeah,
is
when you
running
get
the dude.
this evil
like,
shit,
there's
it's
no way.
nothing
the
against
girl
women,
could
but
be-
when you get this evil shit, it's a lot of times women running shit.
keep going on that.
Well, here's the thing. They say men commit 90% of violent crime. Bullshit. Women get away with it. Because nobody expects. I'm not against women. I love women.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just saying, women get their fair
Not
share.
as much as guys.
I love those two.
Yeah.
A real great moment.
Okay,
A
so
little
you're saying-
moment
That's
earlier.
there for you.
A little moment earlier. Well, I'll let you do it in the bathroom. It's all right. Anyways, let's get back to this. This is
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
This is big.
yeah. Keep going. So women,
Well, no, we all think in society as
the women's
women,
role in these organizations.
well, we all think of, oh, women aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
No, the women are heavily involved. But what's the question about Epstein? It was like,
Well, Epstein, Ghislaine. Epstein was the bitch boy. Ghislaine was the actual power broker or connected to the power broker.
yeah, her dad.
She was running the
her
show.
dad owned like all the big
Maxwell.
British media. He was involved in finally Mossad's involved. Mossad, also MI6, and so he was busy like. Well, everybody keeps bringing it up. Like, they're running this, running that. Finally, we get Israel involved. But he was involved in MI6. He was a big Nazi hunter too in World War II, and then all this stuff went on. But that was the big deal with Ghislaine Maxwell. It was kind of like
He gets taken out, right? Mossad takes him out. They throw him off the yacht. That's pretty well known, right?
It might have been MI6.
Or MI6. One of the spy organizations goes,
Yeah, no
we had
one's
enough
sure.
of you.
But yeah, they threw him off the yacht and killed him.
Yeah.
And so she was used as a sex operative, and then Epstein gets chosen as a sex operative. But like I'm saying, he's like a maitre d' at a restaurant. He wasn't running things.
He's a nothing.
There was a bunch of groups doing this.
Right.
And then they would use sex to compromise people for political control. But Bill Gates gets involved, meets with him, and now they're corrupting all these scientists. Because now that you have the Harvard scientists and all, this is on record.
Yep.
Now that you have all these groups involved,
Yeah. Gates met with him after.
after.
He met but he
And
met
so
with
did
him
Prince,
after.
Prince, what's Prince Charles's
Prince
brother?
Andrew.
Yeah, he was just
Prince
cracking
Andrew.
young cheeks, man. That's the thing. I think that guy. I don't know if he's like connected to any
The
decision
point
making.
is that Epstein's not the end all be all.
Yes.
And Israel's not the end all be all. And the British aren't the end all be all. And America isn't the end all be all. And the Russians aren't the end all be all. And the Chinese aren't the end all be all. The Japanese aren't the end. It's there's corrupt, evil people that use these systems of control. And as soon as you think it's one group doing it, you're done. It's evil.
I
There's
thought it
good
was
and there's evil.
aliens. I thought it was aliens.
No, they're using aliens.
Well, let's go back. There are interdimensional creatures who are not alien because they're already here. They've always been here.
For example,
You're an alien, dude. You just think we just popped in this planet?
Oh, we got brought here, you're saying.
We got brought here.
you think we are brought here? Or you think that like we're
See,
like an
Alex,
experiment,
happened
a
to
science
everybody.
experiment?
Relax.
Well, let's just say this. Let's just say this.
Like you mix monkeys with
I got
whatever we are, and then we
Obviously,
get us.
the whole planet's an experiment. Like this group's over here, that group's here. It's all a big game to see how we kill each other.
Okay, so back to Epstein and back to Ghislaine. Why is it that, and this must be frustrating for you, maybe it's not, why is it there can be so much proof that a conspiracy is true and people can believe it to be true and then just move on with their lives?
Well, here's the deal. What are you going to do about it? I mean, I'm the same way. I know all this stuff. I know a bunch of stuff that blow you totally away. Well, what are you going to do about it?
Well, what would you do about it? Well, if you were president, what would you do? What is
a good
your ideal
question.
world?
I would tell people to be good. Because if you're a good person, doesn't mean you're perfect, but you're not hurting innocent people and you're not into messing with people that are innocent. And if you just promote freedom, that's what fixes things. It's really an inside job. We have to all ourselves be better people, admit when we're wrong. And then we have to also then decide to run stuff because I don't mean one person runs it all, but I mean, so many good people are like, oh, I'm introspective. I've got problems. I'm not perfect. I'm going to let somebody else better than me run things. Well, that's the psychos. So I think patriots, they're pro-human.
That's actually a bar.
This is really interesting. You're saying often the people who are good are too insecure to be in the positions of power. And the people in positions of power are the fucking sociopaths that end up getting into this, getting
Because they
us
don't give
into
a
this
damn.
nonsense.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So, because we're all worried, like, all right, people's like, what do we do? I'm like, Well, I don't make a mistake. Well, you know what? I'm not a bad person. I'm gonna make a decision. You want to listen to me? Go ahead. Exactly. We have to like start making those decisions.
So how do you get a Ghislaine out of here? And what happens to a Ghislaine? Like, she's just been locked up for a while, right? We hear murmurs about a trial every once in a while, and then nothing happens. And I just sit back every once in a while and go, is this bitch just going to get off and we're going to be okay with it?
Well, let me say this. I like Trump, and I did a research on him to make sure he wasn't involved in all the stuff in Florida with Epstein. But what got me concerned was as soon as she got arrested, he said to her, I wish her
you
well.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of like, is he going to give her a pardon? I mean, because I never saw evidence of him involved in all this, but it was a little bit creepy. And so you were asking what was the question?
Just what happens? Like, she gets off? Does she go to jail?
Well, she can't get off because, again, like you said, she was just as bad as Jeffrey Epstein, probably worse. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein wasn't born into running sex operations. Her dad ran them. One of the main guys doing it. And so, yeah, obviously she knows so many of the British. Imagine the leverage that gave Trump. The Ghislaine supplied bare minimum women to the royal family. Because they're supplying whatever you want. Like, I've been in LA. I'm not a drug guy. I like alcohol. But I've been in like Hollywood parties, like with famous people. And they're like, that's why I'm going to LA. Like, a guy shows up with a briefcase, just pops it open. There's every freaking drug, you know. It's the same thing. It's like, hey, you want women? You want men? You want kids? It's like that, man. You know that. I mean, now that you're, not saying you're a bad guy.
No, I understand.
You know
things
people
that are available. You know what I'm starting to realize? Like, now that you're going on this interdimensional thing, like, let's assume that to be true, right? Is all this behavior a function of trying to get in touch with these interdimensional beings? Like, all this weird shit that you see these
exactly. Like, I never exactly. You're smart. I'm not kissing your ass. It's true.
Yeah. Whenever I agree with you,
I never get sick.
I like that.
I never get sick of a ribeye perfectly cooked.
You're right.
I never get sick of cheese enchiladas. I never get sick of my wife. I never get sick of
That
stuff.
I don't believe for a second.
Well, no, not when she's got her legs back behind hers. What I'm saying is, I was speaking to my wife in the context of cheese enchiladas. No, what I'm saying is,
It's just too much, bro.
No. What I'm saying
he's charismatic. That's the
Here's
thing.
the
You
dog.
can act like you hate him, but he's charismatic.
No, I wanted to say this.
It's hard to hate
No,
him.
I have been
love
critical of you in the past, and then I realized if we brought you onto this podcast, it would make me more money, so I was cool with it. But also, you are maybe the most charismatic guy I met.
It's
you're
unbelievable.
Actually a
He's super charismatic.
You're a stand-up. That
I'm not gay, but this
Transformers-
guy's sexy. Let's
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I want to have that conversation.
The Transformers riff you did, that's something we would do when we lock in on a funny
Autobots transform and roll out.
And you just don't, like, I'm just going to dig in and get laugh after
So
laugh after laugh.
I wonder, and I had this conversation with Mark, and I was like, do you ever wish you just called yourself a comedian so you could say all this shit and you wouldn't have to deal with any of the repercussions?
I can't tell you the secret operation.
No.
We talked to a certain person last few days.
Okay.
That's the plan. Because I never thought of that. No, I want to like exit talk radio and everything, and I want to be a comedian.
And I'm telling you,
Not that I'm
I'm
that
telling
good.
you, I had this thought. If you sat down with the most
Turn the mic to you.
MSNBC,
I'm sorry.
the most MSNBC person,
Autobots.
and lean into this funny side of yourself, I think you'd be saying a lot of shit. And for me, as a skeptic, when you say one thing, then I'm like, I don't know if that's true. I'm off board. But if you just lean into the funny, I'm in.
I mean,
You
I've
can still
always
do.
said-
You can still say truth.
Sit on my
whatever.
lap.
I don't know if we got space. I don't know if we got space.
Get on over here.
Yeah. What do you want for
Freaks
Christmas,
my eyes. There you
Akash?
go.
What do you want for Christmas? If you break the chair,
Come on.
get over here, boy.
My girl.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Oh my god. This is terrifying.
Yeah, you smell good. Come over.
What? Yo, he looks like
I know you weren't just hanging out at the Bohemian parties. He's comfy right now.
he looks like a puppet
lie
on his
to me.
lap. He looks like a ventriloquist, bro.
He's a finger puppet.
Yo, do the ventriloquism act. Go. Do it.
Jeff Dunham.
I kill you.
We're getting married. It's okay. You don't want to go.
I got trying so hard to be comfy, bro. He's trying so hard to be
I'm
comfy.
trying so hard.
He's just smiling, laughing, but he's down
Oh my
inside.
god. Oh my god.
Yo, this is too good.
We just upset both our fan bases, Alex.
All right, it's all right. We're getting married now. Let's make America great again. All right, let's get go back here.
Thanks, go on back here. All right, guys, we're gonna take a break for a second because I gotta make sure your dicks are as hard as Alex Jones's when Akash is sitting on his lap. And yes, it was hard. Super hard. Spine looked very straight. All I'm saying is Blue Chew is the way that you are gonna do that, guys. Blue Chew is the same active ingredient that's in Cialis and Viagra. It's in all the good stuff, but it's the chew. It's better, and it's the one that you're going to use, okay? You chew it up, and then you handle your business. You give your girlfriend, your wife, your side chick the night of her life. And ladies, if you're listening to this right now and you're like, I don't have a dick, I don't have to listen, that's a lie. Because the guy that's fucking with you, he has a dick, okay? And his dick deserves to be on the chew. So you too can go get that chew and have the night of your life. BlueChew.com. That's what you're going to do, okay? You're going to use our promo code FLAGRANT, and you're going to get it for free. Why would you not want to give the woman of your dreams or the woman of that night the night of her life, okay? Why would you not want to make an amazing impression? You go to BlueChew.com. Okay, you get that Blue Chew, use our promo code FLAGRANT, you're going to get it for free. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping. Go right now. They deserve it. Ladies, you deserve it. Now let's get back to the show. So if you just transferred your whole philosophy show edict into comedy, then you're good.
I agree. That's what Joe Rogan told me.
Because when people take you super seriously, they don't see the funny side.
That's the thing. They take my jokes like this. It'll be like Jones rapes man.
No, that was true. That just happened.
Yeah, we just saw it on
That
camera.
just happened.
Yeah, we just saw it.
Yo, you know what's the most
Smell the
rapey
alcohol
part?
in his breath got mad traumatic.
This is the most rapey part is when he wanted you to get off. He was like, there you go, hon.
I felt disrespected, yo. I didn't like it.
As if you overstayed your welcome. Okay, that's enough.
And I couldn't say anything because I was like, I was just on his lap like a bitch. Why not possibly be like, oh, disrespectful?
There you go, sweetheart. There you go. There you go. Back to your chair now. Back to your chair.
You got the role. You got
We're
the role.
getting married. The truth is, we
Just 'cause I'm Indian,
we
you
should
can't
stop
force me
caring
into a
what the
marriage.
media says.
Well, haven't we?
I agree. You're doing it. Fuck all this control. Fuck, we want freedom.
But then who is going to run the show?
He is.
No, I would actually be ill at it, to be honest.
You are a power top. So what were you asking, Mark? You had a question.
What?
You had a question before. You said what was
I don't like that over.
Mark? When we were talking right before we went to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, with the comedian approach, I always wonder about that. Like, do you ever wish, or I guess one, do you think that your audience should believe every word you say, or should they
I'm
see
like
you?
being real. And I'm not trying to lie to them. I just say all sorts of. The good news is that we're going to marry Joe Rogan.
I don't know. I don't want Joe in our union.
But how? Okay, but really though, how should people consume
Just
you?
us.
Just us, buddy. You and me. You and me.
No. Joe did buy a really badass comedy club. I can't say the name of it yet.
Yeah, he did.
And we're going to all party in Austin.
All right,
I'm going to a big ass boat. We're going to go on Lake Travis.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing it.
Now,
And
how
we
do
ain't
you-
going to be fucking dudes. We're going to be fucking hot chicks.
well, Californians are coming in. You never know what's going to happen, dude. Also, what is the slogan for Austin?
Keep Austin weird.
Gay.
Keep it weird.
Oh, that was gay.
Is it gay?
You tell me.
I thought it was keep it weird.
Hey, same to same.
Same to
Is it really known as keep it gay?
No, I think it is keep Austin weird. But now you got all these Californians coming into Austin. Do you think they flip the state of Texas? Austin's already flipped. Do you think it changes the culture of Austin? And are you worried about that?
I am worried about Texas.
Or do you think that the culture of Texas is going to be so profound that these new people that come in start to realize
It's not
oh,
working.
shit,
No, I see like Texas with California raping it.
really?
It's like raping it, yeah.
But you guys have the guns, dude. You're not going to get raped by some pussies from California.
Vegans, fuck them.
Come on, dude.
Let's get serious, my darling. let's talk about interdimensional beings.
Okay, go.
All I'm saying is there's a lot of stuff we got to think about. There's a lot of things we got to think about. There's a lot of things that need to go on. And that's all I'm saying is people should realize there's a lot. Well, there's $100 bills laying on this table.
They're fake.
Yeah.
Just like the alcohol, dude. It's all fake, bro.
Everything's fake.
It's a show. That's a real machete.
That's trying to chop Benjamin Franklin in two.
Not on the YouTube black. Okay, but interdimensional beings. What?
Interdimensional vampires.
Interdimensional vampires. Okay.
Interesting.
Where does the whole vampire thing come from?
No, it means you're predatory. Did you know that Prince Charles is the main heir of Count Dracula? I know, I agree. That sounds insane. I bet you $1 million.
Bring that up, Jamie.
Type in Prince Charles, Count Dracula.
Okay.
Prince Charles is the heir of Count Dracula.
Is that right?
He moved in 5 years ago to Count Dracula's castle, and he lives with a group of homeless children in it.
No, he does not.
I swear to God.
Prince Charles, Prince Harry's dad.
Prince Charles, the heir of the throne of the dragon,
Okay.
is a Transylvanian
According
prince.
to this Google search from express.co.uk, Prince Charles has distant kinship to Vlad Tepes, the 15th century Wakallian ruler, whom the Irish novelist based his Dracula.
Hold on. Prince Charles, like the one that we all know. Prince Charles.
Yeah, he's related to Count Dracula. Or Dracula.
Same. Same.
But it's way worse than that.
And now
he lives in Dracula Castle with children.
According to
doesn't.
express.co.
I swear to God.
He lives with.
You will beat
That's
my-
also
I
on
tell you, Chuck,
Express.com.
According to this British tabloid. I
Get
don't know.
5 punches right in the nose. Don't lie. He lives, it says, with the orphans in the castle.
Prince Charles?
Pull up Prince Charles, Dracula Castle.
That's how you do a Google search, my
Yeah.
guy. You just cut your shit in
This
half.
guy's good at Googling it. It's-
Prince Charles, Dracula Castle. Look it up, Jamie.
Okay. According to,
Everyone's going to do this. You're going to find out my line. And I remember 10 years ago, finally, he's like, I live in the castle. Little boys, he's like, I live in the castle with them. It's like Dracula Castle on a mountain, like you saw in the movies.
Is that why they say Andrew's the pedophile to distract from Charles?
Prince Andrew. Don't
Prince
don't
Andrew.
point
I
at
know,
me
yeah.
and say
What are you
Andrew.
doing?
Yeah, you are.
You are crazy, dude.
Yo, you right. My bad. I didn't
So
know
wait a
that.
minute. Now you really got me onto some shit. The worse things that you do, the more interconnected you are with these interdimensional beings.
You have to commit these crimes against humanity to prove your cred with them. Yeah.
Why do you have to prove your cred in that way?
Because they're damn demons.
So how did
all
you
the
find
higher
out?
order stuff doesn't involve itself. Like you think of God, like God's way up there, but there's all this other stuff God created. God doesn't get involved with your personal decisions. Only demons do. So God's not going to manipulate free will.
Is this the whole like Star Wars dilemma between the good and the what is it? The light power, the dark power. What is
The
the
dark
whole thing?
side or
Dark
something?
side, the force. I mean, you see this kind of metaphor happen, right?
Did you find it?
Which one?
The little boys, Prince Charles.
Yeah.
No. Prince
Dracula's
Charles
castle.
lives at Count Dracula's house.
According to travelmakertours.com, there's an article they have from 2017 that says why Prince Charles considers Transylvania his second home. It doesn't necessarily say anything about children, but
I like this voice. Keep telling us.
but the point stands. But perhaps he considers Transylvania his second home. I don't know.
Prince Charles lives at Dracula's castle. No, I'm not joking. No. Listen, I'm not joking. Think of how weird that is. He lives at Count Dracula's house.
Okay. So
If you pull back by 35%, you would really change the fucking
nah,
world.
but you got to come through and just slap bars,
Yeah,
bro. Like
yeah.
saying something like that, like he speaks in YouTube titles.
Yeah, nuance. yeah.
Like all the things that you say are YouTube
Yeah.
clickbait type.
Nuance isn't interesting.
Fuck nuance,
Yeah.
bro. Prince Charles lives. Even if he vacations, fuck vacations.
Oh, he lives there. He lives half the year.
He lives there. And he lives there with young boys. And he feasts on them.
No. It says, oh, Prince Charles hugs local boys that live with him at the castle. Dracula. You're reading like newspaper articles, like little kids are hugging. He's like, and it's real, man.
What do you think about this whole Meghan Markle thing?
That's to
Have you
distract from the
watched
pedos.
that the Oprah thing? Maybe that's
That was
the
what I
reason.
wanted to ask him.
But like,
Well, the whole Q thing.
not the Q thing. Oprah interviewed Meghan Markle and Harry. Do you know they are?
Gary, yeah.
No, Harry.
Prince Harry.
Prince
Fake
Harry.
Prince, yeah.
Yeah, the fake prince, the redhead prince, ginger prince, and his black wife, who left the family, and they're alleging some crazy shit.
Yeah, they're like saying they killed Princess Diana.
What? I feel like you're about to throw up. And that would be so funny.
I love Rick.
I would love it, dude.
That would be so.
What's funny is my wife and
drinking
kids are
fake
waiting out there. I'm going for hours and hours. Look at this. Look at this.
Hold on, cheers. Wait, go. So tell me what the deal is with.
The Easter Bunny?
No, tell us what the deal is with Meghan Markle, man.
Meghan Markle?
This is the first time he heard that name.
God, you don't know who this is.
Imagine
You know
knowing
everything.
knowing
Alex.
everything about everything. Meghan Markle.
You
German Chancellor?
Meghan Markle. Yeah.
You talking about like Prince Harry's wife?
Yes.
Yes, Prince Harry's
Oprah
wife.
No,
interviewed
there are
them
these
last week.
horrible people that like glommed on. It's well known that
But then they left. They left the royal
here's what
family.
happened.
Yeah.
It's let's get serious. What happened is
Oh my God.
Amazing. Amazing.
no. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
That's what's amazing is that. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh.
You like touching that tip?
That's a nice ding-a-ling.
Hey.
I wish my dick looked like a big old gold dick. And women be worshiping that. Yeah, that's a gold weenie.
Yep.
All right, go on. Go on.
What the
Tell us
question?
about Meghan Markle.
Oh yeah.
He's got full hiccups.
It's well. No, stop it. It's well known,
Yeah.
according to the Lord, that
It's well known.
Prince Charles's wife didn't like him, and she had a kid with this British colonel or something that is the redhead demon.
I love when he says it's well known and says some shit no one has ever heard before.
Anyway,
Google
so
it. Look up.
no, be quiet about this.
It's well
So
known.
she had sex with a man that wasn't Prince Charles, and they created the redhead demon.
Okay.
And now since they've created that person, now since they got him, they said he is bad. But the truth is, Merkel and him are now Hollywood whores, and they run around bitch all day. So that's what matters. Is there? No. Princess Diana cheated with the captain of the guards, redhead, carrot head. Nothing wrong with carrot heads. And they had the carrot baby. No,
Had a baby carrot. Had a baby carrot.
they had.
You want to have?
They had the carrot baby. And once they had the carrot baby,
He's just missing the tinfoil right now.
they drink bottles of whiskey. Shut up. Let's drink it all.
Let's drink it.
I want to live here.
Fucking goodness. Oh my fucking goodness.
We're going to stalk Joe Rogan in his house. We'll fly helicopters over his house. We'll drop down. I know where it is.
Oh my goodness.
No, we're coming. We're coming. he had a baby carrot. That just killed me.
Carrot.
Okay, hold on. All right, these are serious questions.
Yeah, you're a real journalist now. You got your
Alex,
papers.
I'm a journalist.
Yeah, this guy's got his papers. He's got
I'm a
his notes.
journalist now.
Alex, this is a serious question,
Oh,
okay?
yes, sir.
This is a serious question. Was 9/11 a part-time job?
No, I mean, I think there was real Islamic terror, but a lot of groups stood down during that.
Okay. What is going on at Area 52?
A lot of secret bases, a lot of stuff going on, but not all of them do this.
Some people say the Jews control the weather. If so, why are they always complaining about it?
Well, I would just say there's a lot of attempts to control the weather by governments, but I wouldn't say the Jews are doing it.
Wait, really? Who's
That's real-
controlling the weather?
Do you think
Oh, there's-
Muslims are doing it to make their women even like less less
No,
happy,
there's
more
real
miserable?
weather. There's real weather control going on, but I don't ascribe magical powers to Jews.
Wait. Sorry, Dub, you got no magical powers.
Yeah, no magical powers. I don't either. I don't have them either. So All right.
Wait, who's controlling the weather though? What do you mean? How do you control weather?
No, I mean, there's
seeding
like
clouds or
billions being spent a year to control it. It's on the news. They admit it.
Like seeding the clouds so it rains, or
They had a former CIA director, Brennan, like 5 years ago, go, oh, we got a treaty. We're controlling the weather. Yeah, they can major jack. The planet ain't that big, bro. You can like electromagnetic. They got stuff they spray. There's a lot of stuff. But the thing is, they control it for a little while. There's something later. Like, they don't control the weather.
okay. Why did Chris Hansen never find Epstein's island?
Oh,
He got blew up.
that's a fucking valid
This was
question.
the ultimate pedophile hunter.
He got blown up.
What does that mean, blown up?
His car blew up.
Wait, he's dead? He just asked to be on the show last week.
What? What are you talking about?
Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
He's dead?
He's dead?
He wanted to be on this show?
Yeah.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy named something?
I fact check. I don't believe Chris Hansen is dead. Yeah.
I don't think Chris Hansen's dead, Al.
I don't remember now.
Okay. Is
Who
there
was some guy's car blew up?
Paul Walker. You think of
Paul Walker from Fast and the Furious?
No,
That Joe Pesci from Casino.
I'm not saying Chris Hansen died. Listen, I drink a lot of fake vodka.
That's Jameson. Okay. I have more questions. Alex, I have more questions. Okay. Is there any Bitcoin in Fort Knox?
I think there are probably a lot.
You think?
They have a giant green alien at Fort Knox that shits Bitcoin. You like that?
Comedian, buddy. That's an
We're
applause
getting
break.
married right here.
That's an applause break right there. Here you go.
Okay.
You gotta wear this thing.
Like this?
Okay.
Party.
All right. Do you think the election was stolen from Biden?
Yes. Yes. It was stolen from Biden.
It was stolen from Biden. How is it stolen from Biden?
Well, I mean, Biden really won, and then Trump, the fucking asshole racist. That fucking white supremacist, he fucking stole the He stole the election. No, I saw him. Like, Biden won, and fucking asshole Trump came in.
And then just stole it and took it right from him, right?
He did. Look, we're getting married.
I like that you want to make it official. Like, it's not just...
That's honorable. Was an honorable
yeah,
man.
Yeah, you're a real Christian man.
Yeah.
He's committed.
I'll be the woman.
That's no fun.
Why does anyone have to be the woman?
Oh, he just took a shot of that.
Whoa.
Oh, what we got going over there?
Japanese whiskey.
I seen that before.
You want some of that?
Give me that whiskey. This is why you do it right here.
That's right.
That's why.
Hey.
That's the best interview we've ever done.
Some good stuff right there.
Let's go. We gotta call Joe. We gotta call.
See if Joe answers.
Hey,
Yeah, we got.
telling me about Alex Jones and the guy who spread COVID to everybody on purpose.
So you're calling him right now?
We gotta call.
I do want your phone number.
Oh, absolutely, dog.
We're gonna do it right now.
This is a real test to see
He's
if
not
he
gonna
answers.
answer.
Yeah, he ain't gonna
That's
answer.
Joe
bro.
Rogan's
Come on.
new real number.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, we might have to edit this out.
Joe, I need you.
Maybe you call, he'll pick up.
Joe
You should call him.
Schultz fucked me in the ass. He fucking.
Wow. Wow.
You want to FaceTime him, buddy?
I got unavailable.
This is gonna
Yeah.
break the internet.
Sent enough.
You want to FaceTime him?
Yeah.
Let's see if he answers.
I'll call him.
Alex
Yeah,
Jones or
Let's
not
see if
Andy
you have more
Schultz.
power.
I'll FaceTime him next. I'll call him up.
And we'll fire this phone up.
I'll tweet him.
Oh, you turned your whole phone off.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him. Don't worry.
Oh, that's right.
You want to be very professional about this.
Hold on, I have some more questions. Okay. These are important questions that we
Yeah.
have to get to the bottom
Yeah.
of.
This is Dateline. This is Dateline.
Alex,
We're
okay.
grilling Alex. Yeah.
Okay.
You got me now.
Yeah, we're
Like
gonna.
Megan Kelly, I'm caught. Well,
Okay, this is important. Okay, this is a real serious
Yeah.
question.
Let's be
that-
serious.
That we
All right,
have to
let's be
answer.
serious.
Can we be serious right now? Okay. What is Operation Gay Sex?
I heard of that operation.
Mark?
I made it up. No.
No, it was a real operation.
Like gay sex is okay.
Yeah. No, this is the operation to make certain communist leaders look undesirable to their constituency. Have you ever heard of this one? This is from a Google search I did about CIA operations.
No, I've not heard of that.
No? They tried to make Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden as gay lookalikes for them, according to the Google.
I want to learn more about this. This is very bizarre.
What is
That's bizarre.
what is Stargate Project?
I've heard of Stargate Project where he's supposedly jumping to other dimensions, other universes. I don't know if it's true.
You don't believe in it.
No, I just don't know if it's true.
Because we're trying to get to those other dimensions with our technology, and the reality is you can't.
Truth is, you only do it with DMT. So.
Did you still want to FaceTime Joe or no?
I would try to call Joe?
Yeah,
That's why you turned the phone on. I don't know
All
if
right,
you
let's see if
remember.
he call. Thanks for reminding me. Joe will probably won't answer. He's going to get mad at me, actually.
No.
Why would he get mad at you?
Because we've been married for a long time.
Yo, have you ever taken ayahuasca?
Fucking
Ayahuasca?
Have you ever taken ayahuasca?
I've taken a lot of stuff. But I
Because
don't
like,
record.
you see a lot of shit. So what did you see on ayahuasca?
I saw.
Yeah.
We called Joe.
Okay.
He's probably not going to answer. He's got so many phone numbers, too. This is the number.
All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Let's go. Okay. I would
FaceTime, though.
I would love if he answered.
Wow, both of y'all.
This phone's like blocked.
Yeah. To some people, dude. Okay, Alex, before you get out of here, because we don't want to take all
Actually,
your
his
day.
phone never did that before. That's weird.
Here, to
No, why is it doing that?
maybe it's a new number.
Oh, there you go.
There you
That
are.
sounds more like it. Oh. Here it comes.
Damn, Joe.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach.
Dang.
Okay, Alex, before you get us out of here, before you get out of here,
Infowars.com.
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 What is
The secret of the universe.
the secret?
I love how you drank
To the
this
universe.
fake alcohol. Yeah,
It's easy to drink fake alcohol,
Take
dude.
another slug.
I have look right here, dude.
No, drink it.
If you say so, dude. Jeez, bro.
Whoa, you went double. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Oh, that's creepy.
Have you ever thought about sacrificing children so you could speak to these interdimensional beings?
Ooh.
Thought about it. Not
That's a
saying you
good
would do
question.
it. Thought about it.
I try to block them out constantly.
Oh, they're
These
trying to
devil
talk
wors-
to you, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Joe Rogan to
These
them. You
devil
ain't answering.
worshippers constantly. I'm not trying to brag, but I definitely don't need to kill kids to get the transmission. Except Joe won't answer me. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I just killed like 25 children. Joe won't even answer the phone.
What does being a good moral person get you in touch with?
A lot of good stuff. Infinity, happiness, success, everything else. It's a good thing.
So why is it that these successful people don't just get in touch with that?
What? I think Hollywood creates a false paradigm. So that's success. But what? Look at him.
He's looking at you this time.
I'm super drunk right now.
Dude, we finished a bottle of Jameson together.
No, it's all fake.
yeah, fake
Placebo.
Jameson.
It's placebo.
You drink the right placebo.
Here you go, buddy. That's all you get.
Yeah, there you go. Have a sip. Have
I'll
a
wait
sip.
till our wedding to drink.
Hey.
Mark, have a sip.
Mark,
Mark.
do it.
I'll have one
Come
sip.
on, Mark.
Our wedding?
Yeah. What would your wedding be like if you're having an Indian wedding? 'Cause
Our
it would have
wedding?
to be Indian.
He would be in a beautiful red gown,
He knows. He knows.
in a purple gown. We would be together. Everybody dancing together.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hi,
Hey, hey, hey.
And he would just be there little angel, like he had little wings, like he'd be flapping around like, and we'd be like, no, that would be. And I would just like, and he like pulls out a shotgun and puts it in your mouth. Like, oh, thank you. And then, oh, that's the wedding. You're like, oh, it's a shotgun. You're like, oh. And then fireworks blows out the back of your head. That's the secret.
That's the secret. Suicide is the secret.
No. He does it. He only,
Oh, yeah.
he's like, I love you with a shotgun in your mouth. He goes, and like fireworks shoot out, and little butterflies go.
Whoa. You got water there if you need it.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, you might need some vitamin D, buddy. Danny
Oh,
Glover.
I've had some vitamin D. Dude, I saw Danny Glover.
Yeah.
And I saw,
Who else did you see?
what's that guy's name?
Oh,
Clint
fuck.
Eastwood.
No.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
You saw Clint Eastwood?
We're coming back around,
Get
baby.
the fuck out of here.
Welcome to the Flagrant 2 podcast.
I was busy running out with the video I had. I was like, that's Clint Eastwood. I'm going to get out of here.
How big was the camera?
Little bitty.
A little bit.
It was like a little fanny pack. Anyways, let's just talk about this. Joe Rogan is secretly under that table right now. No, seriously. No, he's, let me tell you. Let's think about it. He's right under that table. What's funny about that?
My goodness.
He came in here, he said, listen, as long as I can crawl under the table, I'm fine. Right under that table right now for TV viewers. Joe Rogan is right there.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
Blowing our whole secret.
So is that suit you're wearing, is that like a ninja outfit?
Yeah, I'm a ninja, dude. Full on ninja. I have a question for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your hero?
Oh.
Ooh, that's a good question.
There could be more than one.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Ooh, Teddy Vacation Roosevelt.
You want a piece of that
Why
big stick, don't you?
Yeah.
American
Teddy. But why Teddy?
American victory. Like building America, freedom, everything else. Look at that. You drinking, I'm proud of you. You drink a lot of alcohol. It
Yeah, dude. Come on, man.
was all fake. It was
Yeah, it's not even alcohol, but still, if it was, it would be a lot. So Teddy Roosevelt.
Well, he was an elitist, but he wanted to empower the people, make great national parks,
Pissed off the Fed.
pissed off the Fed, broke up the fucking big banks, broke up the fucking monopolies. So, he's a big swinging dick.
What do you make of the stimulus checks?
The average person, that won't pay for a month what they're doing. It's like, oh, I gave you this money after I locked you down. I think it's bullshit.
You like that?
So you think it's justification for locking people down, but in reality, you'd rather people be able to work and make their own money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, well, look at how big banks, big tech doubled their money last year. Everybody else went bankrupt. They're like, oh, after a year, every 6 months you get a little check. Oh, you're so lucky. It's like grounding somebody like, you're lucky I'm giving you money.
Is the reason why Republicans want small government because they don't trust government? So they're like, I understand we have to have it, but like just the least amount of it possible.
Yeah, but I mean, none of it means, it doesn't mean anything. Because the average Republican is a total whore anyways.
Really?
Oh my God. Democrats, Republicans are they're just lawyers that are like up there like special interest all day kissing their ass. Like, I'll give you money for this. I'll give you money for that. That's all they do.
So what do we do? Because I don't want to be the guys who just like sit around and like bitch and fucking moan and cry. Like, what do we do? What is the actionable item? How do we make a change that you think is positive?
I think we end internet censorship.
Okay.
I think we restore local government. And I think we cut all the foreign aid. That's what we should do first.
Cut the foreign aid.
Wow.
But I thought the foreign aid benefits us in a way.
Yeah, but it does. But it's like still special interest. We should
I hear what
stop.
you're saying on that, but like I think Brennan was on that podcast you sent me. He was on Dax, and he was like when we give these countries money, we're not doing it because we're like, hey, here's some money. It's like if they don't stop this warring faction, then that could spread
but
into
it's
this
all
other
bullshit.
place.
Yeah, but they'll fund the warring factions for the excuse to do it. It's bullshit, man.
Really? So you think it's better just cut the
The dollar is dying because it's tied to the politics of America.
instead of?
If we just made it non-political, it would still be there. We're going to lose the dollar because it's political.
But I thought the dollar is tied to oil. I thought that's what Kissinger set up, the whole petrodollar thing.
Yeah, that's the whole Bretton Woods agreement. But that's all ending. I mean, you asked me about Bitcoin. I am all for new currencies. I'm all for new systems. I want to have 1,000 ways of my money put in something. I go do something. I don't want to be controlled by this. But instead, we live in this world of censorship, and then we're told that we don't have any speech with our money. It's all bad.
Okay, well, if you have to leave us right now, Alex wants to ask you a question before you do.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm drunk.
I think we're all drunk.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's fake, though. It's fake.
Yeah.
It's not
it's fake.
real, but like if it was,
I've had nothing to
It's
drink.
fake drug.
Yeah.
Alex, how do you feel about reparations?
Oh shit.
Mm.
You know, you can say, like, here's the problem. 2% of people in America had family that was alive when black people were enslaved in America. So it becomes like a corporate thing, like get us all fighting with each other. I'm for reparations for everybody when it's all corporate tyranny and manipulation of digits and things. So here's the deal. If we could pay reparations once and get it done and stop racial division, I'll be all for it. But they're not trying to end racial division. They're trying to intensify racial division. So there's unlimited money. So great, okay, give everybody that has family they can prove was a slave in the United States $1 million. I'd say it's all digital. Give them the money. It'll just go back to the economy. But they don't do it. It's not going to do that because they're not doing it to end stuff. They're doing it to keep the problem going. So there's unlimited money. Shit. I mean, we can build. Here's the thing about humans. You think we just build aircraft carriers and nuclear reactors? We can do anything now. So they want to make it about, oh, what are we going to give you? Oh, we're this group. We're going to give you something because you got fucked over. That group trying to give you something wants to run you. So I'm just saying,
Nothing's
give
for free.
everybody I'm telling you, it's unlimited, man. Humans can do anything.
So this is interesting. Like, what about the idea? And this is why I'm actually really sorry. Black people are very conspiratorial. Very, and they
My biggest listeners.
but they should be. Wait, they're your biggest listeners?
Yeah, overall, if you look at any demographic, yeah, about a third of our audience is African American.
Seriously?
And then only like 15% of that. Yeah.
But that makes sense to me because if you look at like who the victims of government
Listen to my callers.
conspiracy
It's like,
are,
you know,
black people, right?
Yeah.
Like you even brought it up. I think I was listening to you on a podcast. You were talking about the Tuskegee experiment,
Yeah.
but like, so black people are very skeptical not only of vaccines but of government in general because they've been on the shit end of.
yeah, and it's not some virtuous
Government
thing like,
policy.
I'm against you being tested on. Dude, whatever they do to anybody, they're going to get to me, man.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm wondering is like the reparations thing. What's interesting to me is as payback for the treatment post slavery. Right, like the red line.
Yeah, that's almost worse.
Like you could argue that that's stifled
if the
economic growth
reparations
more.
didn't come from regular people, how about from Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan?
Talk to
Like,
me.
like if they said, oh, Bank of England, we're going to pay black people back, I'd be all for it. But like some average dude.
What did
who
they just
imagine
finished
being
paying
some
back?
white dude that like works at a restaurant. He can barely pay his bill. He's divorced. He's got to pay the, state this money for.
Now he's got to increase taxes so he could pay back somebody else. He's going to be pissed off.
And he's hearing like, I'm going to give black people money. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But if you said, hey, IBM, you ran the Nazis, you're going to pay money.
I don't think that
How about
poor white
IBM
guy would
pays
be
the money?
upset. I don't think that poor white guy would be upset at all. They'd be like, yeah,
No, I
pay
agree.
them motherfuckers.
So
Yeah.
if we
Jews on
target,
board.
It got big because of us. IBM in the Holocaust. You were right about that.
yeah, so hit who did it.
Tell them, Truffle.
If people are like, hit who did it, but the media's like, oh, we're going to make some white dude like is a lifeguard pay money. The person's like, fuck this. They're trying to make them a racist.
The lifeguard.
But if you actually hit no, seriously, some dude that works in a jewelry store or a guy that works in an auto parts store, they're like, I'm white, so I got to pay some things.
They're like, fuck that. I'm not
no,
paying
but if
it.
you actually hit the companies that did it,
That profited
I'm all
off
for
of
it.
And that actually increases racial division if you do. Because the white guy that's like mechanic is like, I got to pay black people money. I
Exactly.
didn't do fucking
Yeah, and the
fuck that,
lifeguard,
fuck
he's already
that,
saving
blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
he's like fixing some black lady's car, and he's here like he's fucking this black lady over. But meanwhile, IBM and Bill Gates and the globals did it. Make them pay.
That's a great
I'm all
idea.
for it.
So reparations should be paid by the people that profited off of the enslavement
Haynes.
of black people or the.
Fully on board with that.
Hey,
I said
that's
kill
an
'em.
interesting.
I'm serious. Like, I don't give a fuck about these people, man. Fuck
Yeah,
them.
another piece of shit.
I'm just saying, like, I want everybody to be successful, man.
Or have the opportunity to be successful. Yeah, Al.
One more question. So you
Al's all in, dude.
Yeah, because I've gotten a little bit of a sense of you. You're very charismatic, and you you seem like you just want people to be positive and you don't like to see racial divide and shit like that. But a lot of your audience is very conservative, and some are like, they can come across as racist. Like, do you ever speak out like against your audience that is about that?
I mean,
because
when you're reaching,
I don't see that.
No, not when you're reaching hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah.
You're going to have bad
a
people listening.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That is very
here's
true.
what I learned. As soon as you try to stop what they're doing, it gives them power. It's like I'm promoting freedom. So as soon as I want the left and with the detractors and with the racists. So there's the racists, there's detractors, there's the media, and then there's all these groups.
Yeah.
As soon as you like go, hey, I want to fix stuff, I want to do an assessment, they go, oh my God, you did this and that. It's all BS. So as soon as you try to like say I'm doing that, they just attack you. So I don't know how to describe it. It's like because obviously we're going to kill each other if we keep doing this. The planet's going to blow up. It's a little big planet. And so you ask that question, it's a really good question. But I don't even think about who the groups are or who their names are. It's just bigger than everybody, man.
Al, convinced?
Yeah.
Bro, thank you
You're
so
so
much for
banned
coming.
right now.
I'm so banned, but thank you so much for coming, man. We really appreciate it.
That was a powerful podcast.
was
Dude, it was
amazing.
so much
Yeah,
fun.
buddy.
You are wildly charismatic
Yeah,
and a
it's-
very
Now, you guys
funny
are
guy.
charismatic.
And,
Infowars.com. Infowars.com.
That's good.
Go check out Alex on all of his platforms. Where can people see you anymore, Ken?
only place to find us is band.video and Infowars.com. We're like in our own world. It's big. It's big.
But you can't.
It's
you're not on
pro-human. We don't
YouTube.
care if you're black, white, old, young. You love freedom. We love you.
So-
we don't give a shit about any of the bullshit.
No YouTube, no anyone.
No, we got our own platforms.
Did you get bigger when you got banned?
No. No, man. We had like billions of views every month.
Yeah.
Like it was like crazy. That's why they came after us. But no, our hardcore listeners are great. I don't care about being big. I just want to be real. Like I'm like literally want everybody to do good. I'm not against anybody. I don't care. I want everybody to do great. We can do anything.
Last question. You know how charismatic you are. Do you?
No, you are.
No, you are.
No, you.
Do you feel that you can say anything because you know that you can charm your way out of it?
No. No, I've had my ass beat over that.
Did you ever think that? 'Cause
No, I
that's
never
where-
did. I never knew how big I was. Let me tell you, I didn't know 10 years ago. We were like huge, man. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And like they'd spin everything I say. I would just joke around. They go, Jones said this. Like, I'm like, I did say that. So now my problem is I got to be careful what I say because it's crazy.
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah.
We can tell through this pod, man. Very careful and calculated, Alex.
Yes, it's been very calculated. No, but it's been like I won't say a lot of stuff because I can't say it.
Yeah.
Like they spit it. If I say what somebody else said, they'll cut that out and say I said that.
Yeah.
Like if I like quote Hitler, they'll go Jones said this.
Yeah.
If I quote Stalin, they go Jones said this.
Yeah, those are odd people to be quoting, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
No, I should be no. Those are bad people. They should be able to quote them.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I think what gets frustrating.
Get over it, in my lap.
Again, dog. Come on.
I think what gets frustrating is knowing that when you get taken out of context, you get the highest penalty that the law can provide. And that when your contemporaries get taken out of context, that doesn't happen to them. That must be frustrating.
It is because I still can't control myself. But I'm like, I
Yeah,
should say
that's what's
crazy
fun.
shit. They go, Jones says this. It's like they don't just take one thing. Like they take this and they do that. They do this.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't say that.
Yeah, but you make it easy. You make it easy. You do make it easy.
No, but I go like, I love Bill Gates. I love Hitler. I don't actually love Hitler.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah. So you were saying is they don't even understand the sarcasm.
No, it's
You know what? That's why the gay jokes are so funny because we know it's sarcastic.
And that proves
But if
you are
you
a
say some
comedian.
wild, yeah, exactly. But if you say some wild shit that has nothing, you're like, yeah, Bill Gates has babies in his closet. People are like, oh shit, does he? We got to go
Yeah,
check
so
out
that's
that.
As
what
a
it is.
news guy or as somebody who Infowars.com,
Yeah.
it can be dangerous because
Yo,
it come across
You know
info.
what
If you're a
sounds really
comedian-
funny? This is like a really funny thing. Like, dude, this pizza place is a pedophile dungeon. Like, that is hilarious.
When are you
I
guys
think he needs
coming to
help.
Austin?
Soon. We're coming on InfoWars when we come.
We're gonna get jet boats.
Okay, this all sounds great.
Lake
This all sounds
Travis.
great. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna survive.
You know about Lake Travis?
Yeah, dude.
We're gonna be jet boats, 200 miles an hour. Joe Rogan's gonna be there.
Perfect.
You know about Joe?
Interdimensional being, dude.
No, he's a great guy.
All right, guys, this has been an episode of
Thank you,
Flagrant
brother.
Two. This is Alex Jones.
Good job.
Thank you for coming on, man. Be good. Peace.
I'm not gonna make you guys do an interview after.
All right.
Good job with these guys.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second. We need to talk to you about Kratom. Okay, now, if you've never heard of Kratom, it's an herbal supplement, kind of like CBD, but instead of coming from the hemp plant, Kratom is from a plant related to the coffee tree. Now, Kratom is a complete game changer for millions of people. It's one of those things that if you use it, you swear by it. Okay, Kratom is great for energy support. Some people use it as a substitute for coffee or before a workout. It's also great for managing stress and getting you the relief that you need to power through a physical day. But the thing about Kratom is you got to trust the Kratom that you take. All right, there's a lot of shady Kratom out there. So some of that Kratom, it's got salmonella, mold, even lead, just nasty stuff. The only brand of Kratom that you should trust is Super Speciosa. Super Speciosa has different strains. Some chill you out, some give you energy. Whatever you're looking for, they got you covered. Now, make sure your Kratom is clean and pure by getting it from Super Speciosa. Okay, how are you going to do that? It's very simple. Super Speciosa meets the American Kratom Association standards for clean and tested Kratom, so you can feel confident about what you're putting in your body. Very simple solution to whatever problem you have. There's no hidden ingredients or synthetic enhancements. It's one ingredient, pure kratom leaf. We are fully transparent with lab testing, okay? They scan the QR code to label it, and you can view the lab certificates. You can get clean quality and value, save a ton of money with Super Speciosa versus buying a random brand at a smoke shop. All right. Super Speciosa is offering our listeners 20% off everything on their website right now. So you go to getsuperleaf.com/flagrant and use the promo code flagrant for 20% off. That's getsuperleaf.com/flagrant and use the promo code flagrant for 20% off. Now let's get back to the show. And we're back. That was wild. That was wild. We got Dove the Truffle in the Alex Jones share. That's forever the Alex Jones share. We've been trying not to talk to each other after the interview because we want to like save these reactions. But I think the reaction we all had is that guy was unbelievably charismatic.
Unreal.
So Al, you came in here skeptical. Won over?
Yeah, sort of.
Based on
Like
the
half-half.
information you have now, you could go read something that he said that was super fucked up, and
Yeah.
then maybe you could be swayed. But like person-to-person interaction.
Him as a man, we all know I wasn't fully comfortable with this, but
Yes.
I was like, all right, it's good content.
Look pretty comfortable.
I'm not above selling out. Immediately when I saw him as a man, I was like, all right. You know what's interesting also? He was shorter than I thought. And I think he might even be shorter than me, maybe. And I found that disarming.
No, stop it.
Stop it, son.
He's a short guy.
Stop it. You don't got to trash the dude. He just left you sat on his lap,
look
bro.
like a fucking doll.
He was tall enough to go sit in his dick. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say he didn't have a big dick.
But unbelievably charismatic.
Unreal.
Funny as fuck. Like natural comedic instincts. And like leans into what is funny, leans into what is rewarded, like
Yeah.
just keeps hitting it.
Yeah, and pretty intelligent. My only thing is like,
Yeah.
and I was bringing this up to him. I just wish it was more precise. You
But
know, but
the
there's
fact
nothing
that he's
funny about
not
precision.
precise is what's so fucking funny about him.
Yeah.
I wish that, and he even said it. He's like, "Do you wish that your audience didn't listen to everything you said?
Yeah.
Like didn't take everything you said seriously?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah," and I wish that too. Like if we just viewed him as this really interesting, hyperbolic human being, maybe he'd have a much better, or much more fair shake in the media. But because people are looking at what he says and like looking at every single thing as fact, like if you took everything he said here as fact, that's a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I couldn't even follow. I would zone out halfway through so much shit. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
I wasn't even talking about that. You'd be his wife, bro. That guy was trying to marry
that's the
you.
most real thing he said.
Yeah.
He kept looking at me as if I was like, what's going on? Are we still kidding? I think if you look at him as a comedian, though, all jokes aside, is like, oh, this guy's funny. If he's like a perfect part of this podcast.
If he was a comic, that was really into conspiracy shit, you'd be like, oh, this is the funniest guy on the planet.
He's so funny.
Yeah. The only issue is that he just presents himself as truth. Like Akash was saying, what we brought up to him is like InfoWars. I just want to be real. Like I truly think that he feels that, but I think that there's a disconnect with how he presents himself and how he truly operates. And both are fine, but they're just incongruent.
Well, to be honest, what he says is funnier when you believe he believes it.
Yeah,
if you know everything he's saying, dude, being a comedian is the hardest thing in the world to be funny. Because once you say, I'm the funny guy, everything you say that's funny becomes a little less funny. When you're like, I'm the serious guy, if you say anything funny, it's like, oh my God, that was absolutely hilarious. You're serious. Why are you being funny? So it lowers the bar for what could be funny, but he's funny enough to have a high bar.
I think so.
He could say, I'm the comedian guy, and then say the crazy shit. Prince Charles lives in Dracula's house.
Not as funny if I know he just comes in and just says whatever. It's not as funny.
You think?
Yeah.
But if he's giving you
I think
news,
he still pulls it off.
I think he could pull it off. dude.
To me, I think he believes this shit.
Yeah.
No, but it's the bigger problem is that it's like if he was a comedian, like no one's going after hearing your bit and acting on the things that you're saying. He's got
I'm just curious
ton
why you're
of followers.
talking. I have no clue why you're talking.
You put me on
Why
this.
you're talking right now?
I'm gonna be on camera the whole time.
I have no clue,
Person
dude.
to person, he was fine.
Okay, no, I'm just joking. Truffle.
No,
go.
but you know what I mean.
You know, Truffle's famous now, right? Some guys noticed the Truffle
God notice.
while he was on a date.
Miami.
While he was on a date.
Oh shit!
The Truffle has fans, dude, and they called him the Truffle. Did they not?
Nah, that is your name.
They did.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're
As
the truffle.
long as it's a truffle dog, not a truffle pig, which was rooted in.
Nah.
That's what actually hunt truffles.
This one-
For everyone listening, not pigs.
Nah,
Okay,
it's
so
All right,
were you
InfoWars.
won over?
In this, I'm not gonna make it. Defend him for anything he's done or if he.
No, just take this moment in and of itself.
That's why I'm on camera right now. I was like, oh, it's kind of funny and kind of true.
Person to person.
The IBM and the
Very
Holocaust
charming.
bit is actually factual. We're gonna make a movie on that too. But that's how IBM even got propped up. They helped the counting machines that counted the Jews in the Holocaust. Yeah, that
You need a
was part of
machine for that?
it was international business machines, but they were computers. So
Right.
they're old versions of computers, and that's how they were so effective at counting and doing the final solution.
So you're saying because of the Holocaust, we got not only computers, but like we went to the moon and like.
Wow.
I'm a bigger fan of
And-
Alex than him.
Hey, we haven't been back, right? You know why? Never again.
Never again.
Never again.
Mark, you are probably of us the most conspiratorial.
Maybe.
Mark asked for an individual picture.
Yeah, I've never seen him do that with a guest. Like never once. He goes, "Hey, yeah, come in here real quick." Like I saw him separate Alex
Yeah.
from us to get the picture. You
my
are by
friends are gonna
far the
believe it.
most. You're by far the most conspiratorial. Be honest.
But I mean, I like the.
I'm not branding you.
Most.
I'm just saying you are interested in it. You know the most about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You don't become a certain person when I say this, but you have the most curiosity.
Yeah, that's true.
about it.
Yeah, I'm the most curious about conspiracies.
There it is.
Yeah.
You maybe don't believe them all, but you have a curiosity.
Sure.
What was that like for you? And what was your initial reaction?
Yeah, it was cool. Like I've known and like listened to Alex Jones on and off for a while, and like I was never like a diehard fan listening to his whole show, but like I've heard like the snippets on YouTube when I was a kid, and I thought he was really fun and like really engaging then, and I still think he's engaging now. But like I said before, I just wish that. I don't know. As someone that thinks conspiracies are interesting, and I think that there's a lot of truth to specific conspiracies, sometimes his wildness and ability to just like blow up the conspiracies without using any nuance often can discredit all
Undermines.
And so as someone that's like, oh yeah, the Epstein stuff is really interesting and should be investigated and looked at, and these Hillary emails are really strange and should be given actual credence. Sometimes when people come on with just like so much like energy and like they're so inaccurate or like unprecise in their language, it can oftentimes
And I
discredit.
tried to
the whole
touch
thing.
on that with the pullback by 30%. Whatever
Yeah.
the percent is, it's arbitrary. But like, if he pulled back and like hammered one thing and really fucking knew it, because he'll always say one thing that's not true at least, and you're like, I don't have to listen to any of this.
Well, there's
Maybe-
truth to so much of what he says.
Yeah,
Yes,
but then there's the one thing where if
undeniable
you're a
truth.
skeptic,
But then he
Yeah.
has a theoretical cause to that thing. So this thing is true, and the reason this is true, and the reason
'Cause the
why this
globalists are
exists
taking over,
is
yeah.
because of this other thing.
And then we don't know if that's the truth. I wonder if that's what actually protects him. Like, if you were to hit on these things that are real and could incriminate these people in power and just say those things and report on those things to millions of people, you don't think they would have gotten his ass out of here by now? Now, I don't know if this is his decision, but if he is a wild boy so he's going to talk about the prince living in Dracula's castle, but also going to expose pedophiles. Maybe the powers that be that would usually get somebody out of here like this are like, he says so much wrong shit, they're not going to take his right shit that right. Let's let what he says exist in conspiracy territory because it actually is better for us to be labeled a conspiracy instead of news. So maybe his wildness, in a weird way, is like his cocoon. It like protects him from the powers that be actually murking that dude.
Right. So perhaps it protects him, but at the cost of general conspiracy investigation at large.
Which sucks.
And that's again the issue with InfoWars. That's where I think both of us are like, yo, just if he's a comedian, holy fuck. Even if we think he believes it, or even if he does believe it, but he's doing it as like, hey, I'm a comedian who believes some crazy shit, but I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
It's just a different thing.
Yeah. Even the interdimensional stuff, like, I don't know why I was buying it. I was like, yeah. And that is how you talk to them. You got to feed
I
them kids.
couldn't even.
And like,
I was zoning out. And I don't
see,
need
no,
to.
I try, whenever I hear conspiracies, I go, let me assume these things are true. Like, I'm not going through it like I'm going to rip apart and shred every argument. I'm going, let me assume these things are true. Let's see if it adds up. And if there's a massive gap, then maybe
That's
I
the
just go
thing.
connect.
It's like a logic thing where like the theory is like valid, but it's not sound. You know what I mean? Like, or it's like logical. All the pieces add up. Like in the way a fictional book, like there's no loopholes in a great fictional book. However, the book,
it's fiction.
In its premise is
well
fiction.
said.
And so if the premises are true, then of course the theory holds up. But that's the thing that we're disputing that oftentimes doesn't get touched on.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. But it was cool to talk to him because you see how a guy gets that popular. And they don't get that popular simply by saying bullshit. They get that popular by being wildly charismatic.
Yeah.
And also maybe saying some things that are bullshit. So
And also being a hard worker. Like I'll give that to him. Like he's been in the game for 2 decades, broadcasting 4 hours a day for years
and probably
and years
digesting an absurd amount of information.
Yeah. So
But yeah, it was a cool experience. It was a cool experience. And if you're watching and you're listening to the podcast and you're like, wow, I was entertained by that guy. Yeah, that's how you get that famous. That's how you become a voice. I mean, some people might consider him some sort of like informational terrorist, but also he's an undeniable voice for the last maybe 2 or 3 decades, right?
I like the fact that he kept coming back to positivity and non-racial shit. Like,
Yeah.
I can see that's actually a cornerstone in how he looks at the world.
Interesting.
And I like that.
Yeah, I
because
think-
it's kind of how I look at the world. Like,
Right.
At the end of the day, I just want people to be positive. Let's all love each other and let's stop with this racial divide. And like, even though he says the wildest shit, it still kind of comes back to, at the end of the day, I just want everybody to be happy and be good.
I think he's
So
got a
it's
good
like-
heart. Yeah, I do think that
I
he
thought
has a good
some
heart.
of that. I think he believes that. I thought some of that he was saying is like a blanket or like a cover.
It could be, but
At the end of
fact
the
that-
day, I just want people to be good people. So now when you say wild shit, it's like, yeah, but at the end of the day, just be good people.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I took it, but I don't think he doesn't believe that.
Yeah, I hate
You know
Bill
what I mean?
Gates, but be good people. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you also look at what he's calling out, it's bad people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or so
Right.
he believes.
Or so he believes.
Fair enough.
Which is important. Allegedly bad people.
Yeah, I was like, he's gonna come after Israel Mossad. I'm like, motherfuckers. Oh, no, it's above them. All right.
But also a little part of you was like, man, someone's above us? Yeah, man, just what I don't know. I thought it was a really cool experience.
That's the only tricky thing is the charisma, because it's that same charisma that gets people sucked in and they like him so much that they believe everything he says.
And that's where it's dangerous.
So-
But I was so impressed. And he got what we were doing right away, that we were having fun. We're being funny.
Yeah.
And that's the trick with him.
If you're not smart and if you're not funny,
Yeah.
you don't, or
I told
charismatic,
him
you don't get it.
Before,
Okay.
when I was outside, I was like, listen, we're not doing a gotcha podcast.
Right.
Like, we have fun on this podcast. We are flagrant. You're a flagrant ass dude.
Yeah.
Like, we're here to have fun.
Right.
Because I just didn't want him to come in defensive, especially when we started.
That was
joking
my
around.
fear. I didn't know. I was like, how do you approach? Because,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to call him on shit. I know he's going to be so good at arguing. I'm not going to win.
But I thought that
then
we
he
were
just-
fair. Like,
Yeah.
even when it came to like the Sandy Hook thing, like,
Yeah.
I thought that we were like, yo, like, you fucked up.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, I half fucked up. No.
Yeah.
You full fucked up.
Yeah.
You own that.
Yeah. I'm glad
Okay,
you-
we can
yeah.
continue to move on.
Right.
I just wonder what happens to reality when you exist in a world where you believe so many things and they kind of end up being true that are surreal.
or partial truths.
Epstein having like a pedophile ring isn't a partial truth. It's,
Right.
it's real, right? And like he's protected by all these powerful people. That's real. So once you start believing that could happen,
Right.
what are the other things you
Got to
could
be
believe
addictive, too.
Right.
that could
It's like,
happen?
think of
Yeah.
the high you got when you're right about an Epstein pedophile ring, and now I'm chasing the next great truth.
Right.
Yeah.
But is he connected with interdimensional beings? That's yet to be determined.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, if you're believing in interdimensional beings, like crisis actors, that's a hard word for me to say, Drew. Crisis actors don't seem like the craziest thing you believed that day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around it because I think for most people, it is the most preposterous and like evil thing to believe. So I'm trying to go, how could you subject yourself to that line of logic? And like, once you see all the other stuff that he 100% believes, you're like, oh, I could see how people could be so cruel to believe it.
That's why I wish he answered my question. Like, he sees this stuff on a daily basis. So I was so curious, what does he see when he's on ayahuasca, where he's like, that's how they tap into removing the veil from your brain and seeing all that extra shit. Like, what do you see then?
I bet
This
you
is
he
the
doesn't
shit
do
you're seeing now.
ayahuasca.
No, he said he did.
He said he tried it?
He
I
said,
thought
"I've
he
done
was-
a lot
He
of
said
shit."
I've done a lot of shit, so it wasn't a clear answer.
Yeah.
It's a non-answer.
Now I'm a little skeptical of motherfuckers that do ayahuasca.
You know
What are
what?
you trying to get in touch with, fam?
So
Nah,
now-
but real. I wanted to do it for that same reason, because people say it's like an out-of-body experience. Like, you see yourself, you're outside of your body looking at yourself, and you see like the universe and answers questions about the universe in ways that we just can't understand.
So I guess I wonder now, like, people that are listening, how should they approach Alex Jones, and like, how, if they're interested in listening to him, should they jump in? Like, what's the healthiest way to approach it?
I approach Alex Jones in the same way that I approach a comic, where I go, this is an interesting premise. There's some truth to the premise or the feeling behind the premise. And I might research it and kind of look into it. But at the same time, I'm not taking it for face value as this is fact. So that's how I kind of look at a guy like that. Like, if he tells me 9/11 is a inside job, I'm like, okay, let me look into it and see what it is. But I'm not going, it's 100% fact. So I don't know. That's just how I go. How about you guys?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I would like him best on something like this, where it's like, all right, we're not trying to be serious. And then you can just see the light side of him, which is like kind of fun or whatever. But if it's InfoWars and these are facts, my brain checks out quickly. And maybe it's like a defense mechanism where I'm afraid like I won't be smart enough to follow or something. But usually the second I'm like kind of like, oh, I detect a little, I'm out.
Yeah.
My brain just shuts off. And it might be my own insecurity being like,
Right.
well, who knows what's going to happen here. So, but like, that's how I look. Put him on Flagrant 2. He's great. We're having fun. He's lighthearted. Gay jokes, which is hilarious for somebody that fucking Texan. You know what I mean?
Right. Kept going. And Dove, what do you think, man?
In this context, it works. Him behind an InfoWars desk.
A news desk.
screaming.
Yeah.
That means that people he's giving, they're receiving, and you got to take and absorb. And then, have you seen him like cut to them out of nowhere in these ads? And just, cut, I mean, he knows how to keep the train moving.
He's great at it.
So,
Yeah, I'm curious what the listeners think. I'm sure there's some people who'd be upset. I'm sure there's some people who'd be won over. I'm sure there's some people who'd just be completely entertained, but it's like neutral. But yeah, I would obviously have him back. It's hard for me to see
Yeah.
without the reaction. And like, I'm sure there's people out there that know way more the things that he said that are horrendous. You know, like, I don't really know a lot about Alex Jones outside of maybe Joe Rogan appearances. So based on my interaction with him, he's just a fucking fun hang, dude. He's a fun hang. I don't know what else to tell you outside of that.
That's
fun
pretty
hang.
tough to dispute. I think anyone listening could hang out with him and be like, oh yeah, this was a great time.
You might hate him,
Yeah.
but you're like, just talk while I'm around. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm happy he came. I hope you guys were entertained, and we're curious to hear your feedback. Also, patreon.com/flagrant2. Go join the asshole army. Notice we put this up on the free episode. We could have put this behind a paywall. We could have, right? We could have done that.
Yeah.
But nah, because we trust in the process. We trust in the people. We trust in the content. We want to spread it around, spread the army. And that's why this shit has been growing like crazy. Asshole Army, patreon.com/flagrant2. We got a new episode every single Friday up there with the gang. Come join us, man. Come join us. Join the largest comedy Patreon in the world. We're coming for the largest Patreon in the world. There's a reason for it. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for listening. We're really curious to hear your feedback about this episode. And yeah, take care. Peace.